This is 1410 KLEM Lamar's and on 96.9 FM. It's now time for high school football on 1410 AM, 96.9 FM, KLEM.
Motion, Grant out of the backfield, Simpson looks to throw. They're going to take a shot up the right sideline for Tyson Augustine over the shoulder, catch 30, 25-20, sheds the tackle from Langton at the 10, and he gets into the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown.
High school football.
Throws toward the right sideline, overthrew his man, and the ball's picked off. Keegan Bogue flags it down, and the Dogs will take over in Monarch territory.
With all the action, here's KLEM Sports Director Daniel Versteeg.
Well, a very pleasant good Thursday night to you football fans, and we welcome you to Elwood Olsen Stadium as district play continues in Class 4A District 1. Your Lamar's Community Bulldogs look to up their record to 2-0 in district play with a matchup against the West High Wolverines, who will be searching for their first win of the district calendar. Again, a Thursday night football contest for you here on KLEM Radio, and we're glad to be with you. Again, Daniel Versteeg with you here at Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City, joined by Gabe Davis up here in the broadcast booth. And well, Gabe, it's been a nice couple of weeks at home for the Bulldogs. They got that huge victory over MOC Floyd Valley in shutout fashion, and then avenged a little homecoming revenge there against Spencer last week after losing to the Tigers on homecoming last year. They've been playing some really good football, and they had to, especially after the last time we saw them in Sioux Center a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, you know that, and really it was the second half. It was the second half, and I think they grew a lot from that. Talking to some of the coaches that they realized how important it was. When I say they, I mean the players. Mm-hmm. The players realized how important it is to do your job, and I think I said it that night 100 times in that second half. They were running that read option, and they were making them make mistakes, and we did. And then you come the next week with MOC, very, very good team who just beat a big Algona team last week. Good team there, and really shut down Mazdam, who's a very, very good back. And then last week, they did a great job. I mean, a phenomenal job. Aside from a kick return in one drive, that was all they gave up defensively. So it's been really, really great defensively. And then offensively, they've done a good job of just finding their playmakers. Last week wasn't real effective in the first half as far as ground and pound, but they made big plays, and they got guys that make a lot of plays. So these guys have played a lot of football together, and good things are building, and they continue to build here for the Bulldogs.
And obviously we know from watching enough football throughout the last few years that football is such a momentum game. When you start doing something right, it can start the ball rolling downhill. And like you said, defensively, you pitch a shutout against MOC Floyd Valley. You hold one of the best rushers in the state. I think you only had 70 yards or something against you guys. And then while Spencer was able to run the football pretty effectively at times, once you got into that second half of that fourth quarter, boy, the Bulldogs really battened down the hatches nicely. And against a Spencer team that likes to run option, they like to kind of trick you around a little bit. I thought the Bulldogs did a nice job of shoring that up, and it allowed them to score 2 touchdowns late in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, and it's a chess game when you play a team like Spencer. They've done the same thing for so long. They can come out, and they're going to do what they do, and they're not going to change it. They're just going to adjust, and they're going to maybe adjust where they step, where they do things. And so then you have to counter. It's just it's a little dance back and forth. And last week they did a great job aside from the one drive. And talked to Coach VK a little bit today, and he was saying he kind of was taking a little bit of the blame. He's like, I was looking at the wrong guys. I needed a wider view. If I would have seen that, we could have adjusted, shifted, and done our thing. So, you're going to give up rush yards, but the pass yards, they had none. Yep. I mean, it was non-existent. And they had a young quarterback, and that's what you need to do. Frazzle them, make them have a tough time. You get them behind by 2 scores, then it's a totally different game. Last year, they had us down by 2 scores, and it was a different game. They could just milk the clock and bore us to death.
Yes.
That was good for them.
And they certainly did that.
And they certainly did that. This year, we had the ball. We were in control of things, and then when they got down 2 scores and had to pass, we were right there and making plays. And Deji Kabongo made a huge hit to really give us that last one and cause that fumble. That was one of the best hits I've seen.
One of the things I talked about with Coach Vigdahl after the win on Saturday on the Coach's Corner, we didn't really touch on it during the pregame, but we touched on some other things that you'll hear coming up in just a few minutes. offensively, it feels like it doesn't matter who's getting the football. Andrew Grant, Tyson Augustine, Joaquin Hernandez, Jamie Sitzman when he keeps it. You name any number of different players that could touch the football, and they're having an impact right now, whether it's getting a big gain to set up somebody else for the touchdown or just scoring the touchdown themselves. And I think the entire offense has got to be playing with a ton of confidence right now with just what they've been able to do the last few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. Jamie's the ringleader out there. He's the person that's going to make sure everybody's in the right spot. But being able to move people around and have so many guys that can make plays, and I really think the unsung hero is he's getting the run right down there is number 16.
Yes.
I think Joaquin has just done a phenomenal job. And you look at his stats, and this is not to take anything away from all the amazing things that the other guys are doing, but we expect that from Andrew Grant. We knew that 2 years ago that he was going to be a playmaker. We've seen what Tyson Augustine can do. We've seen Tegan Bogue make plays. We've seen Jamie make plays. But to see Joaquin step up and get his real varsity action, get it started, and then bounce between a couple different positions, he's done a great job. And so if he can continue to build some positive vibes and really run the ball effectively behind that big offensive line, good things are going to come, and it doesn't matter.
The Bulldog matchup tonight is against the West High Wolverines, and obviously we know some of the struggles that West has had as of late. They are 1-4 this year. Their only victory coming against South Sioux City, who has also had their struggles this year as well. But in talking with Coach Vigdahl, he gives the right answer when you talk about, hey, you're playing a team that is not had a whole lot of success. You're coming off at this point now 4 massive games all right in a row with Sioux Center, with MOC, with Heelan, with Spencer. You worry about a game like this saying, okay, now we're finally getting, quote unquote, a winnable, beatable team, and then you overlook them. But, as Coach Vigdahl told the guys, this is the best football team we're going to play this week, so we got to treat them as such.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is look back, and we put ourselves, 11 months ago when we were waiting on the playoffs and seeing how it was going to turn out.
Yep.
And if in a month from now we're sitting there going, man, if we had that game against West. And Coach talked to him today a little bit about it, and he said that's the last thing you want to do is explain, man, if we just would have focused a little bit more on that one night, that one Thursday night when some people aren't even paying attention to football, to be totally honest with you. Like, we need to pay attention to football. It's the most important game that we have this week, like you said, and we have to take care of business right away. This is a team that coming into the year, if you could look through the schedule, I think they were pretty comfortable saying, hey, we can beat this team. This is a team that we know we can beat. We're confident we can beat anybody on their schedule, but there's a variety to that. So they're going to have to go out and take care of business. This West team, they've been struggling. They've had lots of coaches. They've had kids but they're 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. They're going to play their tails off.
Yep.
They're going to have crowd here. They're going to have the cheerleaders. They're going to have the band. They're going to have people here to support them. They're going to play as hard as they can. Now, we hope that eventually we get to a point where that doesn't matter.
Right.
But you have to take care of things right away. You can't give them turnovers early. You got to really make sure you're solid early and then let it go where it may.
And, of course, there's also the underlying of the fact that we play them in pretty much every other sport with them being an MRAC school. And so I'm sure these guys know each other from maybe it's the baseball diamond, the basketball court, the track, soccer pitch, you name it. They've probably seen the Bulldogs substantially. And we'll see if the Bulldogs can be up for the challenge here tonight because, again, as we talked about, with a 1-0 record in the district play, there's really not a whole lot of margin for error. You really need to get to 4 wins. And even as we found out last year, 4 wins is sometimes not good enough to make the playoffs in Class 4A in district action. So every game is important. The Bulldogs take on West tonight. We'll see if they can continue their winning streak. They've won 2 games in a row and are looking to start district playoff 2-0. If we recap where things look in the district after the first week of district play, Lamar's, Storm Lake, and Sergeant Bluff Luton are all leading the way, and they are all 1-0. Storm Lake defeated West last week. Of course, Lamar's beat Spencer. Sergeant Bluff-Luton, that big 38-0 win over Fort Dodge last week. The matchups this week, tomorrow night, Storm Lake will head to Sergeant Bluff-Luton, so at maximum, we can only have 2 unbeaten teams left in district play when the week is over, and then Fort Dodge will be at Spencer. Both teams will be looking for their first win in district play. It's going to be another competitive year in Class 4A District 1. There's no doubt about that. Let's take a look at our, we'll take a break here, actually. We're going to come back, and when we do, Ken Vigdahl, the head coach of Lamar's Community Football, will join us. We'll get his thoughts on the matchup and what his team needs to do to come out of here with a 2-0 record in district play. That's coming up in just a few minutes from Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City. You're listening to Bulldog Football here on KLEM Radio.
Bob's Bike Shop, your power sports headquarters. Yamaha, Can-Am, and
Nation before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Pease Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Pease Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Pease Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
The Lamar's Knights of Columbus Council 1466 would like to wish our teams the best of luck in the game. The Knights of Columbus is proud to support our schools and many charities throughout the year with our pork chop dinners and fish fries. Check out upcoming events by visiting their Facebook page at Lamar's KFC. Tail Trends Dog Grooming supports all of our area high school athletes. At Tail Trends Grooming, your pet is sure to get spa-like treatment, bathing, grooming, and nail trimming available. Contact Tail Trends Dog Grooming today at 546-7318.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
Top-notch automotive owners Jerry and Jason Mura can help with all your auto repair needs, from AC repair to transmission rebuilds, engine replacement, steering, suspension diagnostics, and more. Call 712-546-7430 or stop by Top-Notch Automotive, 1600 18th Street Southwest, Lamar's.
This is Andrew Grant, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
we welcome you back to our pregame coverage of Lamar's Community Football right here on KLEM on a Thursday night this time. Daniel Versteg with you, and we're pleased to be joined by the head coach of the Bulldogs. He's Coach Ken Vigdahl, as his team's coming off a great homecoming victory over the Spencer Tigers last week, and now getting set for the West High Wolverines at Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City. Coach, first of all, I know how big of a game that was with how homecoming went last year and how tough of a team Spencer is. Just what did it feel like after last week to be able to get that win and to start district play 1-0?
I just think it was a great accomplishment for our kids. They put a lot of hard work in, and like you said, homecoming is great, but it brings its own set of challenges for the football team and different things like that. And so to come away with the win, I thought that was great for our kids getting up, and then they kind of came back and tied it up, and then for us to really kind of take the second half to another level and really be physical. Did some really good things offensively, did some really good things defensively. So I just thought overall that was just a great accomplishment for our kids.
Talk about then the process, of coming off a big game like this to getting ready for a shorter week, getting ready for a team who may not have had a lot of success as of late. How have you guys tried to approach this? There's still business to be done. It's a day earlier against a team, that may not have had the success of the last few opponents we've played.
Well, I think the big thing is it was a physical game last Friday, and so our number one thing is we really had to take care of our bodies. We really played a lot of or scrimmaged a lot on bags, not a lot of full contact, because you could just tell that, Sunday night at supper they were sore. Monday you could tell they were sore. And so finally Tuesday they started to really come out of it a little bit, and we scrimmaged on cones and we scrimmaged on air. We did some things on bags that we normally don't do. just because you could tell that the game on Friday, and then you could tell on Wednesday that, we were getting it back and back. And so it's a lot more mental this time of year than physical. We've played for the last 5 or 6 weeks. We've played a really physical schedule. I don't think we need to constantly test our kids on how physical we can be in practice. Now, there's days on a regular week we want Tuesday, Wednesdays to be a physical practice. But this isn't one of those weeks when you play on Thursday.
Yeah, and it's certainly, like you said, you got your kids. Your kids have been tested. They've passed the test more often than not, and looking forward to seeing what you got for West here tonight. Let's kind of dive into the matchup, Coach. I know what we've already talked about. They've struggled. They are 1-4 here on the season. But as you look at film, just kind of generally speaking, what are some things that stand out about what they might bring to the table here tonight?
Well, from the offensive standpoint of our offense, is their defensive line. They're pretty big and physical. They do some good things up front. They will shade us a little bit like probably what MOC did a few weeks ago. They'll shade back and forth on a zero, on a two tech, and things like that. So our up front guys have to be ready for that shade. Our quarterback has some certain checks this week where if they're shaded into the gap that we want to run, he's simply going to check it to the other side. So we have to be mentally ready to go and be prepared. Now, their secondary, they flip-flop some of their corners and some of their outside line. And his feet. So if things break down, he can run the ball. He's a good athlete, and so a couple receivers have ability to catch and get down the field. Their run game is up front. I think we have to take advantage of their offensive line, even though once again they are somewhat big and physical. Now, can they handle our angles and when we decide to stunt and things like that? That's going to be our best option.
Ken Vigdal's with us, the head coach of Lamar's Community Football, getting ready for West High tonight on a Thursday night for a change. Let's kind of dive in a little bit more to some of that stuff. The lines, I guess, defensively on that defensive line. While yes, the technique might not be there, the size is certainly there, as you talk about. How tough does that make it to just kind of make holes for the running back to run through when they might be able to fill some of those gaps a little bit easier just because they are bigger and heavier guys?
Well, I think the big thing is for us up front, our offensive line, they just need to play fast. We need to win the first step, and that is the first step, get contact and play really offense on their side of the ball. They do like when we get into a 2x2 or a 3x1. We know they're going to blitz somebody off the edge. We know they're going to blitz into the B gap, and so for the course of the last 4 or 5 weeks, and that is to stay on your track. Your first step is going to lead you to where you need to go and get our doubles where we need double teams at, and then come off.
You more than it's helping you with some of the swaps you hope they make.
Well, I just think we narrowed it down to we're going to go in with limited formations. Now, we're going to run our 4 or 5, and these are the 4 or 5 that we've been running all year, but at the end, we just want to up-tempo that a little bit. We started in trips a little bit last week. We want to probably set in a little more trip sets this week just because of the simple fact is when we are in trips or when we've seen trips on film, they have a one-backer box. And so when you have a one-backer box, you can really take advantage of that in numerous different ways. Our trip side is probably where they want to spend their numbers at. And what I mean by that is if we go trips right, they want 4 over 3. So they want one more guy than we have. That gives us a -1. So that's not a great option. But on the backside, we're 1-on-1, and then we're 5-on-5 in the box with a zone read concept. So when you have 5-on-5 with a zone read concept, nobody's responsible for the backside end except for the quarterback. So he's either going to give or pull depending on what that guy does. So that's a formation that we really like. We understand in our 2x2, they're going to send, like I said, a blitzer. And so we have to set the protection. That's primarily our passing formation that we really like. But we can also run ISO out of that, and that's where we want to get to the open gap. If they're going to shade us in that, we want to make sure that, if they're shaded to our right, we're going to run back into the left and into the gap. And so, we've practiced all those things. We've practiced them with, our individual time, and we've practiced them in team time.
Ken Vigdahl's with us, the head coach of Lamar's Community Football. If we flip ends of the field, Coach, their offense, you talk about an athletic quarterback, a guy who's pretty much been their offense here to start the year. How tough does that make it to game plan when he can kind of do what he needs to do to make the team successful?
Well, it's one of those things that you have to know where he's at all the time. I'm not saying he's similar to Jamie, but that's what teams, they practice the scramble drill in pregame against us because Jamie's going to scramble if things break down. That's the same thing with this kid. When things break down, he wants to scramble. He keeps his eyes out. I think he does a good job of keeping his eyes downfield, but at the end, he's probably a little bit more of a runner. And so then our linebackers have to make sure that, we're in our zone, but we're not too deep in our zone to not come up and be able to make a tackle.
Taking a look at the offensive side of the ball, Coach, what are some other things you have to do just to make sure the skill guys and some of the other people don't have as much success?
Well, I just think the big thing is for our back five is when he does scramble, you have to lock up with your receiver and make sure that he is covered. We can't, defensive backs have a tendency to, when quarterbacks scramble, lose the sight of the guy they're guarding and start focusing on the quarterback and things like that. So I think the biggest thing there is once he scrambles or if he does drop back to pass, that we lock onto our guys. We're either going to run combo coverage or we're going to lock and then just stay with your guys. So if things break down, we're there so we don't give up the big play over the top.
We'll wrap up with this, Coach. As we talked about earlier, this is a team that has had less success than some of the other teams you competed with. What are you telling your guys here pregame to make sure that they're still respecting the opponent, they're still going out and doing their job and making sure they don't fall victim to a team that on paper they probably shouldn't?
Well, the first thing I told them earlier in the week is West is going to be the best team we play on Thursday night. So you got to have your mind right. You have to have your mindset that we're going there. And at the end of the day, it's about us and the level that we want to portray in our football program. And, maybe they haven't had as many wins or whatever, but we play up. We don't play down to an opponent that maybe hasn't had a great record, because at the end of the day, if you do that and you give them a chance at the end of the game, they can win it. So it's full goal for us. Our mentality has to be one that we have to go ahead and we have to worry and be self-disciplined and do all the things we've talked about the last 3 or 4 weeks to make sure that the outcome is what the outcome we want it to be.
And we hope it certainly is that outcome. We appreciate your time as always, Coach. Thanks for giving your insight, and best of luck as you get ready for tonight's game.
Hey, thanks, Daniel.
Absolutely. He's Ken Vigdahl, head coach of Lamar's Community Football. We will take a break and come back to kick this one off from Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City. You're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM Radio.
State Farm agent Michael Crank is a proud supporter of local athletics. Whether you are looking for auto, home, or health insurance, choose the agent that will be on your side. State Farm agent Michael Crank.
Hi, Jessica G. Well, hello, Libby Lexus. I'm so excited to get the spa treatment at Easy Clean Car Wash. My owner knows how much I love the soft water. Oh, and the quick massage just makes my bumpers tingle.
And the blow dry is to die for. It always leaves my exterior sleek and shiny.
My owner bought me a year pass so I can have the spa treatment anytime I want.
Hey, ladies. Ooh, nice tires.
Oh, Mickey Mustang, you're such a player.
Easy Clean Car Wash. Give your car the spa treatment today. 12th Street east of Hy-Vee, Lamar's.
Smithco Manufacturing in Lamar's would like to wish our area athletes a safe, successful fall season. For 30 years, Smithco has used great teamwork to produce the #1 selling side dump trailers in the country. To learn how you can join our winning team, go online at sidedump.com.
Total Motors, where our
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and
and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
Sioux City Yamaha, Can-Am, and Kawasaki. Your ride starts here. From Yamaha to Can-Am and Kawasaki, they've got the power, performance, and adrenaline you crave. Visit them today on Highway 75 in Sioux City. Proud sponsor of local sports action.
This is Jamie Sisman, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City on the campus of Morningside University as the Lamar's Community football team gets set to take on Sioux City West here tonight in district competition in Class 4A District 1. Alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. We are just minutes away from kickoff. Still have the national anthem to go, so we will take a timeout during that. But the Bulldogs are 3-2 on the season, 1-0 in district play, and looking to keep their winning ways going in the district with a matchup against the 1-4 West High Wolverines, who are 0-1 to start Class 4A District 1. So Lamar's will look for their third win in a row, second straight to open district play, and hope to keep their winning ways afloat. Let's take a break, and we'll come back to get this one kicked off. In just a couple of minutes, you're listening to Bulldog Football here on KLEM Lamar's.
Get the winning team on your side with experts at Exit Realty Midwest Lamar's. Misty Zeck, Austin Sitzman, Abby Phillips, Jody Adler, Alec Ryken, and Clark Goodchild are ready to help you call the plays when it comes to buying or selling your home. Learn more at ExitRealtyMidwest.com.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
Quality Lube at Lamar's is proud of all our Plymouth County athletes. At Quality Lube, they focus on you, the customer, to ensure changes. Quality Lube can do it all.
When it comes to service, your Lamar's Hy-Vee is #1 for shopping both in-store and online. Save with the Fuel Saver Plus Perks Rewards program at Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Game on, Lamar's. Looking for a winning team for your finances? Join Cent Credit Union. As a member-owned cooperative, Cent is all about you, your goals, your community. Let's score big together. Visit centcu.org today, where your success is our play.
Williams & Company, certified public accountants, congratulates all area athletes in support of excellence, good sportsmanship, and the spirit of teamwork. A proud sports sponsor, Williams & Company, CPAs, your full-service business advisor with a local office in Lamar's.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
Colbeck Incorporated is proud to support local high school athletics. They encourage you to play hard and play smart and always show good sportsmanship. Best of luck from your friends, Brian, Kevin, and Wayne Colbeck.
Lamar's Community Athletic Boosters are proud supporters of this broadcast. Hard work and determination are vital to the success of our area athletics. The Lamar's Community Athletic Boosters are proud to stand behind our athletes and coaches as they work towards success on the field and in the classroom.
This is Cougar Sargerson, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back inside the broadcast booth here at Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you as Lamar's gets set to continue district play in Class 4A District 1 with a contest against the West High Wolverines. The Bulldogs 3-2 on the year, 1-0 in district play. West is 1-4, 0-1 in the district, and It's a rare Thursday night contest, but as Coach Vigdal was telling me, Gabe, on the coach's corner on Saturday, in a way, his players sometimes like this Thursday night game. It's a shorter week. It's more intense the first few days in practice, and then when all said and done, you might be able to catch your own football game somewhere else on Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, they're friends with guys over at Galen, and so that might be an opportunity for go to see them. I know that there's other community games that are close around, especially with it being Remsen tomorrow night. You know, you're going to have some people you know. So, yeah, it's nice to get it going early, especially if it were a loss. But since it's a win, hopefully you can come in, take care of business on a Thursday night, get a little bit of a respite here before we see Sergeant Bluff come to town next week.
And maybe use that opportunity to go down to Sergeant Bluff. Maybe watch the game down there as well. You could do that and get a little extra scout done. But we will see how that ends up playing out. The coin toss was won by West, and the Wolverines, you sometimes see this from teams that are a bit more on the underdog side. They want the football first. They are electing to receive, so they want to see if they can set the tone early offensively. This West team, as we chatted with Coach Vigdal, a lot of the focus for the Bulldog defense will be on that quarterback. He's the guy that makes things happen, obviously, in the passing game, but then he's also run for over 300 yards as well. So it's pretty much when he goes, they go as a team.
Yeah, and he's going to throw it a little bit. He's an athlete. He's an athlete. His dad's a coach. He's a coach's kid, so that involves a little bit more too. So, it's all going to kind of revolve around him and go through him. So Bulldogs are going to keep their eyes on him. But like he also said, even when he starts running, you still have to do your job because you don't want to give up a big play because a D-back jumps it early or something weird like that. So got to do what you do and then go from there.
That quarterback is Taven Irvin. He is the son of the brand new head coach for West this year, Lee Irvin. Unfortunately, as you kind of alluded to in the pregame, it is kind of been a coaching carousel for the Wolverines. Stephon Pearson was their head coach last year, and 2 years ago was the final year in the Brandon Holmes era at Sioux City West. So it has been a bit of a roller coaster ride when it comes to the coaching staffs for these for West the last couple of seasons, but it's just kind of the way it goes when a team is struggling like that. All told, the fact that they've continued in this form is impressive in its own right. But here we go. We're ready to get this one underway. Lamar's Community has it teed up at its own 40-yard line. Kicking from right to left will be Jordan Luna. And the Wolverines will send a couple of return men back, including Nolan Hargraves and Adrian Hilden. Here we go. Luna sends a right-footed squib kick up toward the right numbers. It is a loose football. The Bulldogs dive on it at the West High 36, but West was able to cover it up there at their own 36-yard line. Jonathan Becker there on the recovery, and West will start with the football at their own 36.
Yeah, and that's, the last couple of years, 3-4 years to this year, we've had Giovanni Cabango, and he's boomed it. And, Jordan does a great job, but he maybe isn't quite as consistent. And we've had some kickoff returns, and they've loomed large. And so I think just to keep it safe and keep everything down a little bit, that was a strategy. That wasn't a miss hit.
Well, and certainly with Spencer returning that kick last week, that's certainly at top of mind. 1st and 10 of the 36. Around the left side, Irvin's looking to run. He's breaking tackles in the backfield, and the quarterback's got nowhere to go. The Bulldogs swarm him down for a loss of 4 to the 32, and that'll set up 2nd and 14.
He didn't have much of a chance there. There was a wide read or a wide handoff, and he got there, but he kept it, tried to peel back, and there was a host of Bulldogs right there. And you can see Andrew Grant's down on the edge now a little bit more. So he's done a little bit of that the last couple of weeks. You have Ephraim Cabango playing an outside dog, and then you have Cougar in the middle. So a little bit different look for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you move Tyson Augustine a little bit in as well, so that changes things up a bit. 2nd down and 14, we'll call it, from the 32-yard line. Out of the pistol set, Irvin, the lefty, drops back to throw. Throws right
Tyson.
seam, it's picked off. Tyson Augustine jumped, Turner Joy picked off the pass of the 35. He runs it back to the West High 27-yard line. And for Augustine, it is his 2nd interception of the year. The Bulldogs take over right away in enemy territory.
And that's a prime example of play one leading to play two because he had a little happy feet. He saw his guy there, and Tyson is just such a veteran. And the Bulldogs are going to get right on the ball, almost a hurry up on the switch of possession here, and they're going to get ready to go. And so the Bulldogs are looking to get after him right away.
Well, capture lightning in a bottle if you can. The Bulldogs have 1st and 10 at the West High 27-yard line. Low snap to Sitzman, picks it up, hands it off the left side. That's Andrew Grant trying to pile through some Wolverines at the 21-yard line. Stood up, and the whistle now finally blows as they bring Grant down right at the 21-yard line of West. Near the red zone, it's a pickup of 6 to make it 2nd and 4.
Yep, and you can see it, and Andrew was the deep guy there. Joaquin's in the slot, or he was the third receiver on the top side. So we'll see how much they move those two around. But then when you can get Tyson Augustine soloed up down here, that's a tough battle for any defensive back.
As many defenses have found out already this season. 2nd down and 4 from the 21-yard line. Out of the pistol set, Sitzman throws right. Leaping grab, Tegan Bogue. 15-yard line, runs through a defender and is finally dragged down at his waist at the 13-yard line. An 8-yard leaping catch for Bogue and a 1st down into the red zone.
Great catch by Tegan and really good ball placement. If he throws that to the inside, it's picked, and then we just trade possessions. But he threw it up and out, giving Tegan an opportunity, and now 2 by 2, and we're going.
We had one of those trade of possessions against North a couple of years ago. Here's 1st and 10. Screen pass left. Augustine gets a block from Grant. Race to the pylon left side. He extends the football, knocks the pylon over.
Touchdown.
He's in. It's a Bulldog touchdown. Tyson Augustine finds pay dirt for the 9th time this year through the air, and the Bulldogs lead it early, 6-0 here with 10:19 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, and that's just getting it out to your playmaker, and then you had Andrew out there blocking, and I think Joaquin maybe was out there blocking also, and they're going to do a good job, and then he just makes plays. I mean, I think he leads the state in our class maybe. Pretty darn close. So
that will move him up to first in Class 4A in receiving touchdowns. So a beautiful 13-yard completed pass to Tyson Augustine, who picked off the pass to get themselves the football first, and then he scores a touchdown. Point after try from Jordan Luna, just past the outstretched arm of the blocker, and the kick is good. It is 7-0. Lamar's pounces early, 10:19 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a break and be back to see how the Wolverines respond offensively here on KLEM.
At American Bank, we believe in offering you what you want in a bank. Free checking, free debit and ATM cards, extended lobby and drive-up hours, competitive loans and deposit rates, online and mobile banking with bill payment and mobile deposit services. American Bank, achieving success together for over 130 years.
Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Julie Hurt with Century 21 ProLink in Lamar's, your local real estate expert dedicated to results. Whether buying or selling a home, call me, Julie Hurt, with Century 21 ProLink in Lamar's at 540-7757. That's 540-7757.
This is Tyson Augustine, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Well, no guy better to welcome us back to the broadcast than Tyson Augustine after his interception. And then he catches a 13-yard touchdown pass to give the Bulldogs an early 7-0 lead. 10:19 to go in this first quarter. And now the Bulldogs will line up to kick this one away. Jordan Luna is back. He steps into one at the 40-yard line, sends a high right-footed push kick inside the 30, fielded by Turner Joy at the 28. He runs it inside the left numbers and is brought down at the 34-yard line. The tackle made by Jackson Hogue. And we'll see how West responds offensively after throwing an interception on their second play.
Yeah, and what you want to do is you want to capitalize when a young kid makes mistakes. And this quarterback, he's a sophomore, so he's got better days ahead of him where he's going to feel more comfortable. But you got to continue to get after him, causing trouble, and see if we can get that ball rolling downhill like you talked about with momentum.
Well, certainly the message has been sent, a 4-yard loss and an interception. Those have been the two plays for West offensively so far tonight. 1st and 10 from their own 34. Pistol set, Irvin hands left, and there's nowhere to go. Boy, there was a number of Bulldogs there. I think Hogue was in there, as well as maybe Cougar Sargason. Either way, it's no gain. I thought maybe a loss of a yard. Either way, it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and that's what I felt like all last week with Spencer, but they just don't lose yards, and that was really, it was a downhill, and that's what they're going to have to do in order to keep us on our toes. And so good job by the Bulldogs to put them in 2nd and long, and that's where young quarterbacks don't want to be.
Yeah, especially Irvin, who is a sophomore. which certainly adds to it. Tremel Tepete was the running back on that play for West. He's listed as a wide receiver a couple of times. Second down and 10 from the 34-yard line. A snap back to Irvin. A play action. Tried to bootleg right, and the Bulldogs swarmed him in the backfield. There's just nowhere to go. Taven Irvin loses 4 back to the 30-yard line, and it's third down and 14.
And that's 2 sacks now out of our defensive front, and I don't think we don't have replay up here, but I don't think there was pressure coming from anywhere. So that's just our front 4, and when you can get pressure with the front 4, it makes everybody's job a lot easier.
Boy, it's a beautiful thing to see. And with 9 minutes to go in the first quarter,
I think they're going to take the quarterback out. Oh, they're going to take somebody else out.
They're taking somebody else out. They're taking.
Yep, they're too short. They're going to tell him he's got to push his.
Oh,
and I saw the official talking
his
to him.
pants not below the knees? Yeah,
and
okay.
Yeah, it's a rule, so we'll just leave it at that.
It is a rule.
You watch the NFL, and they're barely over their quads.
College football players wearing bike shorts,
yeah,
basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how that goes. Third down and 14 from the 30-yard line. Irvin drops back 5 steps to throw out of the pistol. He steps up into pressure. There was nowhere to go, and the Dogs drop him again. Back to the 25-yard line. Josh Adall was in there. I think that might be Andrew Grant who got in there on the sack. Big loss, 4th and a mile. Here comes the punt team.
Yeah, Andrew coming around the outside of that and keeps him in and forces them right to the big fellas. You have Chase and you have Josh over there, and then you have Hogue playing more on the inside. He's been outside for a couple weeks now. He's on the inside. Good to see.
Well, it has been beautiful so far for the Bulldog defense. They have seen 5 plays defensively. They have totaled 13 yards of loss and an interception. It has been wonderful what the Bulldogs have done on defense. And now Lamar's will send 2 men back to return the punt from Jordan Grajeda. He gets the right-footed wobbling spiral away, and this one's fielded muffed at the 38-yard line by Colin Murphy. He does recover the bounce, but does not have a chance to make the return. Good coverage downfield from Braxton Wolf as he tackles Colin Murphy back at his own 36, and that is where Lamar's will start their second drive, leading 7-0, 8 minutes to go in the first.
Yeah, and Colin just got a little ahead of himself. You could see Teagan kind of run ahead and a lot of times they're talking to each other, so maybe got a little antsy, but I love how the Bulldogs are just getting on the ball and going. They know what they want to do.
Yeah, why not? And get ready to go. Andrew Grant motions out of the backfield, 1st and 10, screen
There's
pass
nobody
left.
here.
Caught by Grant, gets a block of the outside 40, 45-50, left sideline to the 45 in West High territory, and he is rolled down of contact at the 41-yard line. That is a pickup of 23 and a first down for the Dogs.
Yeah, Andrew, he still never got tackled. He kind of went down awkwardly. I'd rather him just either go out of bounds or run a guy over, but that awkwardness, but they're going right on the ball. You can tell they want to keep the tempo and keep West down while they're there.
Well, when the Bulldogs have been flat at times, going to tempos really kind of spurred something in them. 1st and 10 of the 41. Now Murphy motions across the formation. They give it to him, jet sweep. Right seam he goes, breaking tackles across the 40, brought down to the 36. It's a gain of 5 on the sweep. It's 2nd and 5.
And that's something they tried to do the last couple weeks. I've noticed in the home games is get Colin the ball kind of moving side to side and get some things going. And what that does is it makes everybody's eyes go back there. So now he can move, and now you're going to have Teagan or Tyson maybe running a post here before too long.
And he's been successful on 5 carries, averaged 5 yards a pop on them. 2nd down and 5 from the 36. Sitzman drops back. He rolls to his left. Chased by 2 Wolverines toward the left seam. Now he throws back across his body on the run, gets hit, and he throws it over the top of Teagan Bogue, as well as Colin Murphy, who was downfield. Incomplete pass, and it's 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, he probably would have been better suited, but he did have a guy behind everyone, tried to get that back across his body, and that's a tough play, but you're in a position now where it's probably 2 downs. You're up 7-0. You have them on the ropes. Defensively, you feel pretty comfortable, so you're not too scared about too much.
7:07 to play in the first quarter. Bulldogs on top 7-0 over West in the 2nd district contest of the year, already week 6 of the football season. 3rd down and 5 from the 36-yard line of West. Jamie Sitzman changes the play call at the line of scrimmage with 3 receivers left in the shotgun. Bell high snap, and the give to Grant is right up the right side. He gets outside the numbers to the 20, the 15 to the 10. Nobody catches him. He's into the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown. It's the 3rd rushing touchdown of the year for Andrew Grant, and Lamar's extends their lead to 2 scores, 13-0 over West.
Yeah, and a dominant block out on the edge by Tyson Augustine. He had the guy, and the official actually looked like he was going to maybe throw a flag because he was whooping him so bad. So I'm really glad he didn't. Tyson pulled off just in time, but another great drive by the Bulldogs, doing exactly what they need to get after him right away.
it only took 4 plays, and the Dogs have been finding the end zone once again. Snap and spot for Jordan Luna. A line drive kick is through the uprights, and it is good. It's all Bulldogs here early on in Sioux City. 14-0 over the West High Wolverines. 6:58 left in the first quarter. We'll take a break, and more Bulldog football is coming up after this here on KLEM.
Lamar's Agri Center, your local source for top-performing Kent feed products, bulk grass seed, bulk bird seed, lawn care essentials, dust control solutions, and much more, all accompanied with exceptional service. The Lamar's Agri Center, your source for everything that grows.
Advanced Eye Healthcare, Dr. Becky DeRuyter knows all of our student athletes need to keep their eye on the ball. Make sure with an eye exam at Advanced Eye Healthcare at Walmart Vision Center in Lamar's. Dr. Becky DeRuyter.
This is Tegan Bogue, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we're back to Elwood Olsen Stadium here in Sioux City alongside Gabe Davis. I'm Daniel Versteg as we take it down to 6:58 left to go in this first quarter. Lamar's has a 14-0 lead over the West High Wolverines after 2 possessions defensively, 2 possessions offensively, and the Dogs are in dominant control here so far. The defensive possessions have led to a 3-and-out and an interception. The 2 offensive drives have led to touchdowns. Jordan Luna now will get into one in a right-footed end-over-end kick fielded at the 12-yard line. This one's run out by Nolan Hargraves. He breaks a tackle at the 20, sidesteps a defender. Left number's 25-30. Breaks another tackle, still dancing around on the 30-yard line, and Hargraves finally goes down right at the 30-yard line. And not a bad return as he made something happen. The West, who has not been able to do much, gets the football back down to 2 possessions.
Yeah, and really you want to just, after being snake bit by Heelan and Spencer, you want to keep them from scoring there, obviously, but then keep it within the 30-yard line. If you're not going to boom it deep. So they're at the 30, nothing hurt, and now your defense gets to come out and hopefully continue to impose their will.
Again, forcing an interception and forcing a 3-and-out. It's been a great start for the Bulldog defense. 1st and 10 of the 30-yard line as West looks to make something happen. They go into the I formation under center, and a hand goes right. That's Hargraves. He had nowhere to go in the backfield again. This time it's Hudson Cass. It's a loss of 4 to the 26. It's 2nd and 14.
Yeah, the dudes up front are just being dudes. They're getting after it. And he just a simple swim move over top of him and got right in there, and the running back has no chance at all. So it's tough for West right now. They're going to call timeout.
Yeah, they got to get something going their way, and it has not been going their way so far. 6:22 left in the first quarter. West uses their first timeout of this half with the Bulldogs up 14-0. Let's take a short break, and we'll come back with more Bulldog football in just 30 seconds here on KLEM.
Lamar's Physical Therapy wants to wish our student athletes a successful and injury-free season. But if injury occurs, our therapists are here to get you back into the game. No doctor referral needed. Call us at 546-1718. Lamar's Physical Therapy, your hometown therapy provider.
At Roosters Harley-Davidson in Sioux City, you can find your perfect ride with bikes, gear, and service you can trust. Find them online at roostersh-d.com or stop by Roosters Harley-Davidson today, where your next ride is waiting. Every day is game day when you feel your best. At Game Day Men's Health in Dakota Dunes, they help you boost energy, build muscle, and reclaim your edge. Get your testosterone checked today and visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com for more.
This is Hudson Cass, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City with Gabe Davis. Daniel Stagg with you as we continue on. It's been a real uphill struggle for West as they called the timeout and now run their 11th guy off the field. They have 10 players on offense out there.
They're going to have to call another timeout.
They're going to have to. No, they're going to.
They're going to play with 10?
They're going to play with 10 guys offensively. I'm not miscounting, right, Gabe?
No, you're right.
Yeah,
5 and 5. That's 2 hands. That's as big as I can get, but that's crazy.
This is unbelievable. The Bulldogs are substituting. They've got 11. The play clock is down to 7.
They're calling another timeout.
And West is calling another timeout. Now, they just called back-to-back timeouts after Nolan Hargraves
he's looking at his knees again.
Ran off the field. but nobody was ready to run out for them. So back-to-back timeouts before snapping a play. Now, this may not be a high school rule, but I always thought that was unsportsmanlike conduct. But, yeah, no, it's not. So it is the second consecutive timeout. Boy, I don't know if any other sequence here tonight can tell you how potentially lopsided this game could be. The Bulldogs are there, and they're doing the little things right. West is not, and you know as a coach, the little things separate good from great, and they can really make a chasm between good and bad.
Oh, yeah, and yeah, just – yeah, I don't know why they were running off the field. I know there's been some issues with knee pads and stuff, but even it doesn't matter. You've got to have someone ready to go on the field, and the last thing you can do is burn another timeout. But you also can't go to 2nd and 19, and you're behind the 8 ball again. So it just Bulldogs need to keep piling on here and get after them and leave no doubt right now.
2nd down and 14 out of West's second consecutive timeout. Out of the shotgun is Taven Irvin. Now he takes a shoulder-high snap. The blitz is all over him. He is able to flush out of the pocket, and it's a positive gain up the left sideline across the 35 to the 40, and he's got a first down up to the 44-yard line. That's a pickup of 18 yards, and West has their first down of the night.
Yep, and that was Ephraim just missed him, and you can't miss him you have to stay on that upfield shoulder, force him back to your guys. He just flew by him, and you can't let him get outside of you. If you have to break down and slow play it, that's fine. He loses 5 yards rather than gaining 14 or 15 or 16 yards.
6 minutes to go in this first quarter. Very wonky first quarter so far, but the Bulldogs have a 14-0 lead. That's really all that matters. Play clock is down to 10 as West lines up on the line of scrimmage at the 44-yard line. Out of the shotgun once again is Irvin. He looks to his running back. Play clock is down to 2, down to 1. They get the snap off. Irvin throws a screen right side. Might have been deflected at the line, and a diving attempt at a catch. Turner Joy couldn't bring it in right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I think Chase Hammond's got his hands up there and knocked that off its route a little bit, and he still almost made a great catch, but I'm wondering if he doesn't, if Tyson Augustine has one and takes it to the house, because he had a beat on that one.
He might have had his second interception of this quarter, and boy, would have been an outstanding start for him, who's also got a touchdown reception already here tonight as well. 2nd down and 10 from the 44-yard line for West as they trail Lamar's 14-0, 5:40 to go before the first quarter ends. Ball on the left hash. It is Taven Irvin in the pistol set. He turns left. He gives to the running back. The ball is free, and the Dogs scoop it up with Jackson Hogue. He runs up the left seam and is tackled down by Irvin at the 36-yard line. Jackson Hogue recovered the bad handoff, and the Dogs force their second turnover of the quarter.
And that's his second fumble recovery. I think he got one at Sioux Center too when I was telling him to fallen, and he picked it up. So he's bound and determined to try to get after one, but another turnover goes the Bulldogs' way, and West is bailing water right now, and Bulldogs need to keep it up.
Back to work. The Dogs take over at the West High 36-yard line. Lamar is in the shotgun with Sitzman. It's a delayed handoff around the left side. It is a big run there for Joaquin Hernandez. Outside the left numbers across the 30, and he's down at the 28. It's a pickup of 8. It's 2nd and 2.
Nice run there, and Tyson Augustine was down with his hand in the dirt at tight end, and that's his position, but he doesn't do it very often. I think they're gonna dabble that out there and see what happens, and then see if they can sneak him through here before too long.
Say 2nd down. Actually, they gave him an extra yard to the 27. So 2nd and 1 is the call here for the Dogs, who lead West 14-0. Out of the shotgun, Sitzman motions Andrew Grant, a tight end left to right. And the bell high snap to Sitzman. Gives to Hernandez again. Runs in between the hashes. He breaks a tackle to the 20. And he's still being tackled forward across the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A pickup of 13 yards, and it's a Bulldog first down.
Yeah, and that's the play that they really hurt Spencer with in the second half last week, where they were bellying back and cutting back off that action and really inserting Andrew into that. So a nice play. They're just continuing to build off that, and they're in scoring range again.
Yeah, once again, already an opportunity to put 20 points on the board. Here still with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 3 receivers line up to the left of Jamie Sitzman. 1 receiver to his right in the shotgun. The snap to Sitzman. Fakes the give to Grant. He pulls it and now runs off tackle left side. Left numbers to the 15, and he gives it up out of bounds. Pushed out of bounds by Nolan Hardgraves right at the line of scrimmage. And I think after all that, they're going to say no gain. Actually, in fact, a loss of a yard to the 14. It's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, and I think Jamie just saved everybody on that one, because they were bringing a lot of pressure, and he could see him creeping up, so he decided, you know what, the pressure was all in the middle. He's just going to take it, get what he can on the outside, and if that's a loss of 1, it's okay. No harm, no foul there.
Yep, it's certainly less than a loss of 5, and yeah, you want to kind of cut your losses where you can. Second down and 11 from the 14-yard line. Andrew Grant motions again as a tight end left to right. Sitzman shotgun set, throws a little pass in the flat for Grant, and he threw it too far out over the top of him. A leaping try by Grant, couldn't bring it in. It'll be 3rd and 11.
Yeah, just a little high, and that goes to the defense. The defense kind of got in that pathway and got their hands up, forced a little bit higher throw, and it's not always an easy route to hit. But now, first 3rd down maybe?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it is the first 3rd down of the night for the Bulldogs. And it comes here with 4:44 to go in the first quarter. A ton of success the first 2 drives, but now running into a little bit of a roadblock here. 2 receivers either side. A hand goes to Hernandez. Straight up the middle. Joaquin Hernandez tackled forward down to the 12-yard line. It's a pickup of just 2, so it'll be 4th and 9 for the Dogs.
Yeah, and I don't know that they trust. I mean, I don't know that they trust the field goal, and then here comes the field goal.
Here they come.
So
all right.
This is a good time to get an opportunity to see what you can do, because it may prove to be something you need to rely on a little bit more down the road.
Yeah, the Bulldogs will line up Jordan Luna and the field goal team, and this will be Aaron Tolson's going to hold this at about the 18-yard line.
That's Isaiah.
Isaiah Tolson. You're right, Gabe. You got me on that one.
Aaron's days have passed.
He does no more eligibility left. This will be a 28-yard field goal off the hold of Isaiah Tolson toward that right, upright, and he got it to go. Jordan Luna, 28-yard field goal, has given the Bulldogs a 3-possession ball game. 17-0 Lamar's, 3:54 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a break and be back with more Bulldog football. Stay tuned. We're at Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City here on KLEM.
Men's fashions, tuxedo rentals, and dry cleaning services. That's Mesher's Clothing, downtown Lamar's. Open weekdays 9 till 5:30, Saturdays 9 till 4. See Chad for all your fashion needs. That's Mesher's in the middle, downtown Lamar's.
Make sure you can see the ball clearly. Schedule your annual eye exam today at Gretkin Family Eye Care, downtown Lamar's. They'll treat you like family, and they have the most stylish eyewear selection in town. Gretkin Family Eye Care.
This is Deji Kabango, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We're about to be back to Elwood Olsen Stadium here in Sioux City alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you, and your score with 3:54 left to go in quarter number 1. It is Lamar's 17 and West nothing, following the 28-yard field goal by Jordan Luna. And for Luna, that is, I believe, the second field goal he's made this year. No, it's the first, excuse me. And now he'll get into a high right-footed end-over-end kick. This bounces at the 2. Oh, and it takes a backspin bounce. It had to be fielded by West.
Oh, no.
Run up the right numbers, 10, 15, 20. Right sideline, 25, 30. And to the 35-yard line. The run back is Adrian Hilden. And he makes a lot of something out of what should have been nothing. The Wolverines will get it at their own 33.
And that is why we've been squibbing it or pooch kicking it or whatever you want to say. I mean, it's just we have to find the guys have to make plays there. I mean, that was a good kick, and you got a fortunate bounce. He thought it was going in the end zone.
Right.
And we just didn't. I know Isaiah stayed outside, and he did his job to contain, but those next guys have to run their lanes and go make a tackle.
And that is Isaiah, not Aaron.
It is Isaiah, yes.
We made sure to
verify
that in the break. Here's 1st and 10 for West at their own 38-yard line. Ball on the right hash as Taven Irvin lines up the formation of the shotgun. He takes a snap, quarterback draw up the middle, and there's just, again, nowhere to go. It's got to feel like there's 16 people on the field for the Bulldog defense. He loses 2. Back to the 36. It'll be 2nd and a dozen.
Yeah, and you have Andrew just playing games out there. He pushed him upfield, and the guy's bailing, and then he cuts underneath right into the draw. So, his dad's probably over here, wondering, okay, what can I call for my son as a quarterback to not get him killed? But really, there's not a whole lot for them at all. The Bulldogs have really done a good job besides the one scramble.
Well, and especially considering he has been the one that's been making plays all year for West, but those plays just aren't there tonight. 2nd and 13 from the 35. 2 receivers either side of Irvin in the shotgun. Takes a snap. He runs right. Tyson Augustine was right there, but he missed the tackle. And then it is Irvin being brought down for a pickup of a yard to the 36-yard line. Makes a little something happen, but it'll still be 3rd down and 12.
And the QB has to come out. He lost his helmet.
He did lose his helmet, yeah. Okay, that's a big loss there
for
West.
Does have to come out, right?
But did he lose his helmet? Yeah, he did. Okay, so Taven Irvin's talking to. He's going to keep him out there.
He lost it.
The referee's pointing at him saying he's got to come off the field.
Must not be a high school rule.
I thought it would be, but now, West has got to call a timeout to.
Nope, they're going to pump it up.
Now they're going to run it. So I'm not sure exactly what the situation is. Maybe
if it's pulled off because of a face mask.
Because of a face mask,
then
right.
you don't have to. But they didn't call a penalty. I don't know.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Get a stop.
Exactly. 3rd down and 12 here at the 36-yard line as Irvin lines up in the shotgun, 2 receivers either side. Claps his hands and drops back 5 steps to throw. The pocket's already collapsing. He's running back inside his own 20. Throws on the run toward the left numbers. That ball did not get back to the line of scrimmage. He is in the tackle box.
He didn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, there is a penalty flag thrown on that far side. Yep, so this will be intentional grounding. And, it'll be just as good as a sack anyway, although
it should go back there.
There is a penalty flag back at the 13. There's a flag downfield where the ball ended up. I hope that is also for the intentional grounding and not what the
because they should spot it from there.
It is intentional grounding. Yep. Okay, so it's a 5-yard penalty tacked on to the spot of the foul.
Spot of it.
Oh, boy. So I think when all is said and done, that's going to be a 28-yard loss for West. They're going to have it at their own 8-yard line. And if my math is correct, this will be 4th down and 40.
I think you're right. Well, an 8 and a 48, that's an easy one. You nailed it. That's too easy.
I just wanted to flex my muscles a little bit, my brain muscle. Jordan Grajeda will line up for the punt. He just barely got it away from the block. And now back to field it at the 47 is Tegan Bogue. He runs it right numbers. 40, 35, gets a block to the 30. He gets away from a tackle at 20, 15, 10. He's near the 5 and brought down to the 8-yard line. They got basically all of those yards, those 40 yards they had to go, back on the return, and the Dogs will have 1st and goal at the 8 on the run back by Tegan Bogue.
It really was a good punt for the pressure that he had on him, but Tegan had a ton of space. And you look at another reason. West is a very big school, but they don't have a ton of guys over here, and so they're playing a lot of guys both ways, and we have more, and so when you have to run down on punt team, that's a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
So they're running out of bullets over here.
1st and goal from the 8, a minute 42 left in the first quarter. Snap to Sitzman. He gives right. That's Joaquin Hernandez running up the right seam. He's brought down across the 5 to the 4-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. It's 2nd and goal.
Yeah, and Bulldogs need to get a touchdown here, and not because of any other reason than just to keep the momentum going.
Yep.
You don't want to kick another field goal. Yeah, I'd be fine, but you really want to punch this one in.
Yeah, they can do so, and they're already starting to take the clock down. I don't blame them. I mean, this is one of those scenarios where you are a little overly matched over your opponent, and you don't want to rub it in too much. 2nd and goal from the 4. Here's Sitzman in the shotgun. A penalty flag thrown. Play clock was not at 0, but there was movement on the line. So that'll back up the Bulldogs. Legal procedure is called against the Bulldogs before the snap. A 5-yard penalty will make it 2nd and goal from the 9.
A little more space I think we were going to see Tyson there come across the formation. So we'll see if they go back to that or do something a little bit different.
Yeah, change up the play call a little bit. This does potentially alter the whether you go to a run or a passing play. Minute to go in the quarter. Dogs up 17-0. A power pistol look for Sitzman. He motions the fullback out of there in Hernandez. Play action bootleg left. Sitzman looking to throw to the end zone. He's got Augustine a yard deep in pay dirt for a Bulldog touchdown. Tyson Augustine's 2nd touchdown reception of the night. And it is all Bulldogs. 23-0 still with 49 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, and that's what Tyson can do. You're scared of his speed and strength, so you play back and you backpedal, and then he stops on a dime, 2 yards in, comes back to the ball, touchdown. I mean, he's done it, and then a well-thrown ball by Jamie.
It's almost like we've seen this multiple times before. That's the 10th receiving touchdown this year for Tyson Augustine in 5 games, and Jordan Luna's PAT is true. With 49 seconds to go in the first quarter, Lamar's leads Sioux City West 24-0. Take another break and see how things continue after this on KLEM.
Wagner Auto Supply is proud to support our area athletes and their families. As you travel from game to game, take care of your vehicle with new filters, batteries, windshield wipers, and wiper fluid from Wagner Auto Supply, 1st Street Northwest, Lamar's.
Get more because you deserve more with Kylie Petty's Century 21 Pro Link, serving Lamar since 2011. Wishing our local teams a successful season. Visit KyliePetty.com for your real estate needs.
This is Logan Anderson, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. Of course, we can remind you as well, you can watch this football game live on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel. Thanks to our great sponsors like Easy Clean Car Wash, Peace Pizza House, Julie Hurd, Century 21 Pro Link, and Northwest Bank. The Bulldogs, after a great punt return from Tegan Bogue, set up first and goal at the 8 and score a couple of plays later with a Jamie Sitzman touchdown pass to Tyson Augustine. Augustine 2 scores here tonight, and now Jordan Luna will line up to kick this one away for the Bulldogs. He sends a right-footed short pooch kick, bounces at the 20-yard line, rolls up the right numbers, and scooped up at the 15 and run in between the hashes to the 20, near the 25-yard line.
There's Isaiah.
Being brought down there is Chris Joseph, the junior. Not a bad return, but not great, to the 23-yard line, and that's where West will start with the football.
Yeah, good job by Isaiah keeping that contained. I think Mr. Regenator was in there too. So good to see those guys. You know, that's their job. They need to take pride in that. Yeah, everybody wants to go out, score the touchdowns, and do all the stuff, but they really need to make sure that they when we do kick it and there is a return, that we do what we need to, because that'll loom large down the stretch.
Yes, it will. Yeah, you're not going to be able to just get away with letting Sergeant Bluff get good kick returns on your Fort Dodge. That's certainly going to be looming large the next couple of weeks. First and 10 from the 23-yard line. West lines up 2 receivers either side of a shotgun set. It's Taven Irvin in the gun. He takes a snap off his left hip. He's pressured. Josh Adall grabbed his face mask as Irvin runs in between the hashes. He's brought down at the line of scrimmage, no gain, but the Wolverines will gain on this. Yeah, Josh tried to reach up high to grab him, and he got too much of the face mask, so this will give West a few yards.
And thank goodness he let go, because
yes.
I mean, that could have been
bad.
That could have been real bad, but
and it's not the 15-yard variety. Of course, the high school rule does still have the 5-yard non-personal foul penalty, so it'll be 1st and 5.
Which I like when it helps us, but I still don't understand. It's so hard to tell.
It is.
I mean, his head jerked around there, and that's no fun for anybody.
Right.
But
and intentional or not, it's a dangerous play.
Exactly.
Yeah. First down and 5 here from the 28-yard line. Irvin trying to jet sweep left side. Turner Joy tripped up in the backfield, and it's Hudson Cass who brings him down for a loss of a yard to the 27. That makes it 2nd and 6.
Yeah, I think the quarterback wanted to keep that, but because he kind of turned back and looked down like there might have been a fumble. So I think he was trying to keep it, but fortunate for West, it didn't happen, and they're going to run this one down to the quarter.
They're going to take this one to the quarter break. With 10 seconds to go, they don't have to snap it. And so after 1 quarter of football, Lamar's is up 24-0 on West. Great start for the Dogs. We'll see if it keeps going into quarter number 2. Stick around. You're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Success is born of skill and team. Like the teams playing, CNOS has combined award-winning skill and teamwork into the premier medical facility in the region. For the areas of joint, bone, muscle, nerve, and brain are treated with the skills of comprehensive care from a team of highly trained experts. And CNOS takes care of many of the student athletes in Siouxland. CNOS is proud to bring you this game. Go to CNOS.net to learn more.
Hey, Bobby Blazer, how long you been waiting in that line? Head over with me to Easy Clean Car Wash. They're going to get you in and out in no time and make that black coat of yours look like $1,000,000.
Say, thanks there, Mickey Mustang. I've been out four-wheeling. I got lots of mud and stuff in my wheel wells and other places as well.
Bobby, didn't Libby Lexus tell you that Easy Clean Car Wash will pre-spray those hard-to-reach places, give you a quick massage, and make you feel and look like a whole new truck?
So that's what Libby Lexus has been up to. You know, Mickey, she's looking fine.
Easy Clean Car Wash on 12th Street, east of Hy-Vee in Lamar's.
From playtime to game time, Launchpad Children's Museum fuels young imaginations while our hometown sports teams inspire the next generation of champions. Best of luck to our area teams from Launchpad Children's Museum.
This is Carter Melvin, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
1 dominant quarter in the books here at Elwood Olsen Stadium, and Lamar's all over West, forcing 2 turnovers, scoring on all 4 offensive possessions of the first quarter. The Dogs lead at 24-0. West has 2nd down and 6 from their own 27-yard line to start quarter number 2. Irvin immediately flushed to his left. He looks to run up the left seam, and the Dogs wrap him up and bring him down forward, so he is able to make some progress up to the 29-yard line. It'll be a pickup of about 2, and that'll make it 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, he kind of ran right into Cougar Sargason, and I think Cougar was kind of shocked he met him there and kind of fell backwards. But the Bulldogs have really been all over him, and now they're going to try to move him out of the pocket a little bit more to give him some time, and they're probably going to run him away from Andrew Grant because Andrew's doing whatever he wants on that defensive end.
Well, the problem is for West, I mean, the time they're trying to buy him by scrambling him out of the pocket is that is the only time he's got is to scramble. He doesn't even have time to set his feet and throw once he gets out there.
You're 100% right. That makes it tough.
Man, it's so dominant right now. 3rd down and 4. Irvin, a quick snap. He runs back up the left seam, and he's grabbed onto Lindley at the 22-yard line. A nice hit there from Chase Hammonds. It's a loss. They're going to say a 4 back to the 25, and that'll make it 4th down and a punting situation once again.
Yeah, Chase Hammonds, he stopped him in his tracks by grabbing him by the chest.
Yep.
That was crazy. I almost thought it was a face mask, but
I thought so too.
The guys down there obviously didn't see it, so yeah, that was kind of a wild scenario there. But Chase is a big man, and he's had a really good season so far.
Yeah, and he's got some good
West
grip
is trying to
evidently
figure
as well.
out who's on.
Yeah, well, we've seen these personnel issues from the Wolverines. They've got 10 now. They have 11 out on the field, lined up in punt formation. With 4 seconds on the play clock. The snap goes back to Grahady. Gets a good punt away. And this one wobbles to the 44-yard line. It'll be run back by Colin Murphy. Left numbers 50, 45, 40. Penalty flag from behind. As Murphy runs up the sideline, he's at the 20, breaking tackles, and now he's out of bounds. Whether he was or not, it's probably a good thing at the 22 because this run back will be coming back, I believe, on a block in the back or a hold. Either one.
I think it was a hold. I think they're going to get Isaiah, but it's one of those where if he gets extended, I think that's where they must have seen it. And 2 flags, you assume that they were right on top of it.
So another good punt return, but unfortunately the Dogs won't be able to reap the benefits of this great punt return. And it is a block in the back. Okay, so it is a 10-yard penalty back from West's 47-yard line. And so the Bulldogs will get it at their own 43-yard line. Now, having a little fun with numbers, I believe this will be just the second play run on Lamar's side of the field here tonight. The Bulldogs got a 23-yard run from Andrew Grant the last time. 15-yard run from Joaquin Hernandez, actually, the last time they were back this far. So here's the snap, and the hand goes around the right sideline, left side. Oh, they fooled me up here as Andrew Grant gets brought down at the 46-yard line. Pickup of 3 on the left sideline. It's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, a little option look there, getting it out to Andrew, and then he was pushed out of bounds by number 10 over there. But just some different looks, and you see some. Carter Melvin's out there for Tyson right now, getting him some opportunities at the receiver's position and seeing if he can block, seeing if he can catch, see if he can do those things in the heat of the game.
2nd and 7. Grant motions left to right. Snap to Sitzman. Hand off the right side. Joaquin Hernandez a lot of space. Trying to get vertical, but it's strung out nicely by the Wolverines, and they bring Hernandez down at the 48-yard line. He's able to pick up 2, and it's 3rd down and 5.
And that's one where you almost wish he, instead of trying to push it to the outside, he just put his shoulder down and got 3 more yards running through someone rather than trying to bounce it out. But it's the fun thing to do. It's the thing that you think can get you the most yards. But sometimes you just got to say, this is what we're going to get, and go get it.
9.5 minutes to go before halftime. Lamar's all over West, 24-0 over the Wolverines. Here's 3rd down and 5 from the 48. 3 receivers left out of the shotgun. Hand to Grant. Bounces off the left tackle. Stiff arms a defender at midfield. He's got a 1st down. Left numbers 45. Still on his feet at the 42 of West. And he's dragged down there. It's a pickup of 10 yards for Andrew Grant. And it's a Bulldog 1st down.
Yeah, and they're paying so much attention to the trip receivers up top. They had 4 guys and a linebacker walked out towards them. Andrew, I mean, there's just so much space in the middle when they do that. So the alignment is leaning towards the Bulldogs are going to have a lot of opportunities to run the ball if they get in a 3-receiver set.
Yeah, they've been running the football exceptionally well here today. Almost 90 yards, but they've also had so many short fields, so they haven't been able to rack up the stats very much. 1st and 10 of the 42 of West. Sitzman, quick drop, throws an out route left side. That's caught by Tegan Bogue at the 36, and he's shoved out of bounds. After a modest gain of 6 yards on 1st down, it'll be 2nd and 4.
But that puts you in a great position and a nice throw and catch, and Tegan's becoming more of an offensive threat. He's always been there, and you knew he could do it, but with Andrew and Tyson being so explosive in their plays, it's nice to see he's becoming kind of a possession guy.
And we knew he could catch the football.
Absolutely.
He had 6 interceptions last year,
Yeah.
and 3 already this year. Here's 2nd down and 4 from the 36. And Hernandez motions to a tight end on the right side. Pistol set Sitzman. Hands around the right side. That's Andrew Grant. He's looking to turn the corner, and he does. Right numbers 30, 25. Oh, and he dumps a defender out of bounds at the 20. He finally goes out of the 19-yard line. Grant lays the wood to the defender. 17-yard gain and a first down for the Dogs in the red zone.
Great job by Tegan Bogue to really just pressure that defensive back down, and then he got his hands in the air before anything happened, and that's an important piece. If he keeps his hands just a little bit longer, it's probably a block in the back. So Bulldogs continue to go, and now they're in the red zone.
Yeah, they've been dominant when they have a chance down here. Of course, they've scored a couple of times from outside of it. Here's 1st down and 10 from the 19-yard line. Andrew Grant, tight end, right to left in motion. Here's a snap to Sitzman. Sweet play left. Joaquin Hernandez. He's got a lot of room to run. Left seam, 15. Angles toward the left numbers and is tripped up at about the 13, maybe the 12-yard line. They'll give him a lucky number 7. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Yep, and the Bulldogs just stretching it right, left, and really finding some opportunities, and that's a good time to use his speed as best he can. Got a good block on the perimeter from Andrew, and Bulldogs down to the 12 here, trying to get it in for the 4th touchdown, I guess.
Let's get Joaquin a score here.
Let's do it.
He's only scored once this year. He's done a lot of work. Here's 2nd and 3. Sitzman drops back, throws left sideline, caught by Bogue at the 5, and he's shoved out of bounds right about there by Nolan Hardgraves. They'll say he's out at the 6. It's a gain of 6. It's 1st and goal.
All right, this is Joaquin's area right here. Get Andrew a little bit of motion and then have him insert right in there and run it right down the middle.
Because you mentioned it earlier, I mean, the work he's put in a lot of work. He does a lot of the heavy lifting, but he doesn't always get the credit because he's not the one to punch it into the end zone. Love to see him get one here. He is the tailback on the left side, motioning Andrew Grant, tight end left to right. 1st and goal at the 6. Sitzman, here's the handoff to Hernandez, running off the right side, and the Wolverines blitzed it and blew it up. It is a loss back to the 11-yard line. Cash Olson there on the big hit out of the middle linebacker spot, loses 4 to make it 2nd and goal.
Yeah, and that's one of those where somebody in those middle 3 stepped in the wrong direction. They committed to the left just for too much, and if everybody steps to the right, that's just a zone play that everybody goes, and that guy should run right into one of ours. But unfortunately for Joaquin, it wasn't there.
7.5 to play before halftime, and now we've gone 5.5 minutes without a score. Bulldogs still lead West 24-0 in Class 4A district football. 2nd down and goal from the 10. The Bulldogs line up 2 receivers either side of Sitzman in the shotgun. Bell high snap, low snap. He rolls to his left, throws middle. Oh, a great adjustment by Carter Melvin to his back shoulder. Reaches back there and makes the catch in the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown. No better time for Carter's first reception and his first touchdown to give the Bulldogs a 30-0 lead.
So I was a little wrong. Right before we came back, I said pick 6 for Carter. It wasn't a pick, but it is 6, and so we'll take it. Good job, Carter. That was a heck of a catch. And really just to even get it out there, Jamie kind of dropped the arm angle and just slung it out there. Great job by both those guys.
10-yard touchdown to reception, and now the point after try for Jordan Luna is through the uprights and good. The Bulldogs lead 31-0 with 7:13 left to play before halftime. We'll take a short break and come back. More Bulldog football's on the way after this here on KLEM.
Kemp's Dairy of Lamar's is a proud supporter of area athletics. They focus on strong, healthy bodies with all their dairy products. And they continue to strive hard to provide the best possible dairy products to their customers. That's Kemp's Dairy of Lamar's. Connected Electric South is your electrical headquarters for residential, commercial, and agriculture. Call for a free quote today at 546-5062. Call Connected Electric South for all your electrical needs. 546-5062.
MRK Insurance knows that teamwork is dream work. At MRK Insurance, you get a great partner for all of your insurance needs. Visit them today on Central Avenue in Lamar's for a no-obligation quote for all of your insurance needs. That's MRK Insurance in Lamar's.
This is Ken Bigdahl, head football coach of the Lamar's football team. You're listening to Bulldog Football on 1410 AM, 96.9 FM Clem.
We're back to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City. The Bulldogs up 31-0. Short pooch kick fielded on a bounce at the 18-yard line. Turner Joy runs it to the left numbers 25 and driven out of bounds by Carter Melvin, who just came up with a touchdown reception for the Bulldogs prior to going to commercial break. West will start with 7:07 to go at the half at their own 25-yard line.
Yep, and this is, the Bulldogs it's gone how they wanted to so far. I mean, aside from a field goal that you scored instead of a it's gone pretty good. So you need to continue with the momentum and finish this half the right way, and then see what the second half brings.
I don't know about you, but yeah, if the only thing I can be a little bit upset about in a football game is that we scored 3 on one drive instead of 7, I'd say it's a pretty darn good football game. Yeah,
Absolutely.
We're enjoying this trip to Sioux City.
Absolutely.
This
is a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. 31-0 Lamar's all over West, 7:07 left in the half, and the Wolverines have the football. They have been able to get one first down here tonight, and they line up in the shotgun. Taven Irvin drops back, steps into a pocket that's collapsing. He runs in between the hashes and actually gets a good gain up to the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 for Taven Irvin makes it 2nd and 4.
Yeah, and Andrew came off the block and just was a little bit higher than he probably wanted to be. I know he thought he was going to maybe get a big hit, but quarterbacks, he's a strong kid. He's a physical athlete, and he's gonna do some good things in the years to come for these guys.
Yeah, because he's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
And sophomores starting at these high class levels of high school football in the state of Iowa, it is tricky. And he'll take his lumps now, but certainly something that we hope he can grow into a decent quarterback, and one that can lead West to some new heights here in the coming years. 2nd down and 4 from the 31. Out of the shotgun, Irvin. Screen pass right. It's caught on the right seam. Turner Joy gets dragged down to the 32-yard line. He's only able to pick up 1, but it is a gain. And really the first 3rd and manageable for West. It's 3rd and 3.
Yeah, and a good job of wrestling him down there. Probably not the best job of breaking down, but and coaches will find those little things to pick on a little bit that, hey, you're not going to be able to do that against certain teams and certain players, but a good job of getting him to the ground, and now you force a 3rd and 3.
31-0. Lamar's all over West, and already well on their way to their 3rd straight win, a 2-0 district record to start the district calendar. And the Wolverines have 3rd and 3 from their own 32-yard line. 2-by-2 set with receivers on either side. It's Taven Irvin in the shotgun on the right hash. He claps his hands, takes the snap, immediately rolls left. The Bulldogs bring 5 in pressure. He takes a shot deep over the left sideline, and he overthrew Nolan Hargraves by about 5 yards. It's an incomplete pass. 4th down and 3 for West. And at a certain point, you probably got to think about just going for these.
Well, I think Taven was looking to the coaching staff saying, why not? Let's just do this. And
what do we have to lose, right?
I mean, it's 4th and 3. We haven't been there all night, so.
No. But they are going to bring the punt team out. Jordan Grajeda will line up to boot this one away for West. And once again, Colin Murphy and Tegan Bogue are back deep to return. Now, both of them have had good returns here tonight. Only Tegan's counted. Collins got brought back with a block in the back, but they've both proven the ability to get some decent yardage on returns. So here we go with 5.5 to go in the half. Grajeda gets a right-footed line drive spiral back. Might have outkicked his coverage as Murphy runs it from the 33. Left numbers to the 45-50. Oh, he's dragged down from behind, and a massive horse collar tackle brings Murphy down at the West High 45-yard line. So he gets a good return, but then we'll get more on top of it with a 15-yard penalty. So the Dogs will probably start this around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that was – and he was moving, and he had some space to go, and I think he had some blockers in front of him. We might have had a house call. So, you don't want to see it in the – I don't think there was anything intentional. We've seen a guy reach out from our own team and grab a face mask. So it happens that you live and learn and move on, but Bulldogs in prime position to get another score, hopefully.
Yeah, it would be very intellectually dishonest for us to call that horse collar tackle from West intentional if we didn't call Josh Adal's a face mask intentional. Yeah, so certainly no intention there, and the Dogs will start at the 30-yard line of West. As you reach up, and sometimes you just grab onto something you're not supposed to. And that's the way it goes in the heat of battle. 1st and 10 of the 30-yard line. Sitzman motions Hernandez out of the backfield. Low snap. They give it to Grant, the tailback, and the Bulldogs moved early.
Yeah, I think Logan moved a little bit.
Yeah, so 5-yard penalty will back him up to the 35 and make it 1st down and 15. And now those are the things that, regardless of the score on the scoreboard, it could be 300-0 right now. And those are things that will just make a football coach a little bit upset with just the things that you can control that you're just not. So.
Yeah, and this is where the focus and the scoreboard, and it's corny and cliche, 0-0, all that stuff. But you just have to focus on the little things right now.
1st and 15 from the 35-yard line. Bulldogs 2 receivers left, 1 right. In the shotgun, low snap. Sitzman drops to throw. Takes a shot right sideline. Grant's wide open, 15. Right numbers 10-5. Shoulders the tackler away. And he's into the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown. Andrew Grant's 2nd touchdown of the night. His first through the air. And the Dogs have turned on the running clock. 37-0. 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, and that was just a two guys that are just really good at football right now, and they've done it before, and they'll do it again, hopefully a few more times before their days in Bulldog uniforms are over. But a nice throw, nice catch, and then I just didn't feel like Andrew was going to get tackled there.
Nope. I could have bet my house on that as Jordan Luna sends the point after try through the uprights and good. All Dogs 38-0, 5:07 left to go in the half. We'll take a short commercial break once again. Be back with more Bulldog football after these messages here on KLEM.
Murphy, Collins, and McGill PLC in Lamars supports our local student athletes, trusted for generations with reliable legal guidance. So when you are in need of legal services, consult with one of the attorneys at Murphy, Collins, and McGill PLC, located at 38 First Avenue Northwest, Lamars, Iowa.
Certified public accountants Cruz & Cruz extend their support to all the athletes and remind everyone, in the spirit of sports, participation is more important than winning. Cruz & Cruz Accounting, proud to be a sponsor of KLEM Sports.
This is Andrew Grant, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Well, Andrew Grant, fresh off his 35-yard touchdown pass, welcomes us back to the broadcast with the score, Lamar's 38, Sioux City West, nothing. 5:07 left to go in the first half. It is the second touchdown of the night for Andrew Grant. He scored once on the ground and now has scored once through the air. Jamie Sitzman has thrown 4 touchdown passes here tonight, which has been a thing of beauty. Jordan Luna sends a right-footed pooch kick, bounces at the 18, and fielded on the hop and run out. To the left,
Good,
numbers
Ephraim.
25, Ephraim Kabongo brings down Chris Joseph right there at the 27-yard line. And West will start with this drive. The running clock is into effect with the Bulldogs up by 35 points. Doesn't have to be in the second half anymore.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yes,
and
it
now
is.
the Bulldogs still need to finish, still need to, as a coach, you still want to be fundamentally sound. And as you get to halftime and get into the second half, you're going to have some guys moving in and out. The last thing you want is organization penalties or stuff like that. If it's hustle penalties, you can live with it. But it cannot be we don't have enough guys on the field or people in the wrong spots.
First down and 10 here for West at their own 27-yard line. Out of the shotgun is Taven Irvin. Claps his hands, drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket, evades pressure nicely, runs in between the hashes, and he's dragged down from behind. Cougar Sargason on the hit of the 32-yard line. Gains 5 to make it 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and he that's where geez, what are those words? He's been making any type of hay that they've had is just kind of on a scramble because he just doesn't have time. We're pressuring on the outside. Tyson didn't look like he was real interested in making that tackle at that point in time. So glad we got him down when we did, and now let's keep him from getting another first down. Maybe get the ball back here before half.
Second down and about 4 here for West. Ball's at their own 33-yard line with 3:40 left to go before halftime. Dogs up 38-0. Clap of the hands, and the handoff goes right side, and a big run up the right seam across the 40, and brought down at about the 42-yard line. That's Avery Thomas on the run back. His first touch of the night goes for 9 yards on the ground and a first down here for West.
Yeah, I just saw him working over here with somebody on taking handoffs, so I'm not sure if he was expecting to get in and get that opportunity or not, but it was a good run for them, and Bulldogs need to hold here and not give up anything before half and get it to a point where we've got to keep on battling here.
First down and 10 for the Wolverines. 3 minutes left in the half. Dogs up 38-0. And yeah, you just want to keep them off the scoreboard here before the break. The Dogs will get the football to start the second half as well. Play action. Irvin rolls to his left. All kinds of pressure. Steps through it. He's grabbed at his jersey and brought down at the 39-yard line. That is Jackson Hogue, who finally got him down to the ground. It's a loss of 3 to the 39. It's 2nd and 13.
And there's probably people saying, well, why wasn't that a horse collar?
Yeah.
What's the difference? And really it comes down to the fact that the immediate contact didn't take him down. And there's a little kind of a spot where if you get your hand in the jersey and the shoulder pads that come down, then it's going to be a horse collar. That was just dragging him down by a jersey that's a little bigger.
Yes, right. And that's allowed to an extent, obviously.
Yep.
But, as soon as you grab the shoulder pad, that is where things become an issue. Second down and 13 from the 39. Irvin drops back. All kinds of pressure again. The Bulldogs got him. Ho grabbed him again. Couldn't bring him down. The Dogs finally run him down. Who is that? That's Jackson Ho. Ho got the initial touch. Adal, Westhoff, Ephraim Kabongo all there. Picks up 2 to the 41, but it's 3rd and 11.
Yeah, we're kind of getting a little reachy with with our tackling. We're just kind of reaching out and hoping to grab something. We need to make sure that we are bringing our feet. We're getting after him, and we're making him uncomfortable. But we need to do a better job of breaking down and being high quality rather than making the splash play. Let's make sure we break down and do things the right way, because you have Sergeant Bluff next week, and that guy's going to run around a little bit.
Reaching for Sergeant Bluff, that's not going to work.
They're running through that.
Yeah, you can't tackle him that way. 3rd down and 11, a minute 25 left of the half of the Wolverines. 2 receivers on either side, trailing the Bulldogs 38-0. Snap to Irvin, drops back to pass. He throws over the left seam. That ball is picked off. It's Deji Kabongo, right numbers 50. He's got a convoy 40, 35 to the 30. Right numbers, and he's tripped up by Sargason at the 25-yard line. But I don't think Deji minds. It's his 2nd interception of the season. 3rd turnover forced by the Dogs, and Lamar's will have it near the red zone.
That was a great play, and there was a host of Bulldogs and Wolverines down there, and the Bulldogs get it in a good spot here. And you know what? There's going to be this opportunity for younger guys to get, or guys that haven't made a bunch of plays. They're getting opportunities right now.
The Bulldogs want to capitalize here with a running clock. Sweet play left. Joaquin Hernandez left seam 15-10. Bull rushes a defender across the 10. But a penalty flag is thrown as he gets brought down to the 7. He picked up 15, but I don't think he's going to get the result of those 15 yards.
And here's the downside of the running clock is that you have guys out here trying to get their opportunity, their reps, and you can say, we'll put them in earlier, and it's just so hard to do that and let something get back in there. So, unfortunately, now those reps are going to holding there.
Yeah, they got holding on the play. It was downfield, so all in all, the Bulldogs will gain 2 yards on this play. And it will remain 1st down. It'll be 1st and 8. The rare 1st
Get
and
out there.
8.
Hold on, Jamie.
Yeah, the Dogs need to be set. The snap rolls to Sitzman. He fakes the handoff, splits the defenders in the backfield, and he's brought down for a loss. Back to the 21-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, and I know they're trying to go and get these guys some reps and all that stuff, but they really need to make sure everybody's solid on what they're doing their job the right way.
25 seconds left to go in the half. Dogs up 38-0. Here's Sitzman in the gun on 2nd and 9 from the 21. He throws a screen pass right, and it's off the fingertips of Colin Murphy, and an incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd down and 9, and the Dogs probably won't get a chance to run another play here before the half comes to an end.
Yeah, not unless you call a timeout, and that's not going to make friends very easily. So
no, it will not.
That's going to be the end of the half.
So the Dogs will take this one into the locker room, but certainly nothing to be disappointed about or nothing to be sulking about as you go into the locker room. The Bulldogs have an impressive 38-0 lead in Class 4A District 1 action. We'll take a break, come back, and when we do, we'll have a halftime recap, get you caught up on some of the numbers from this contest, get you ready for half number 2. Again, the Bulldogs lead at 38-0, and we're back with more Bulldog football in just a moment here on KLEM Radio.
Galen Catholic School, excellence in education, leadership through Christ. For information, check their website at galencatholic.org.
Hey sports fans, this is Perry from the Ace Hardware downtown Lamar's. Maintain your home and yard with advice and products from Ace. We'll help you get it done more efficiently so you have time to go to the next game. Ace Hardware, Lamar's.
Score big with the Sitzman Real Estate Team. Hometown realtors Shane, Peggy, Lance, and Patty are cheering the Lamar's Bulldogs and Galen Jays on to a victory. Buying or selling, call the Sitzman Real Estate Team today at 546-7881.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
For all of your commercial or residential concrete or construction needs, J-Max Construction is ready for you. At J-Max Construction, you can be sure that your project will be handled with great customer service as well as the best of class construction and concrete work. Call J-Max Construction and Concrete today at 540-0574.
Siouxland Glass is so glad you're supporting local athletes and listening to this great matchup. Siouxland Glass wants me to tell you that if you have a chip or crack in your windshield or need the whole thing replaced, you can call them at 540-9080. Siouxland Glass.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
Floyd Valley Healthcare wants you to play at the peak of your skills. Don't forget to stretch your muscles, hydrate, and schedule your wellness checks to reach your full potential. Best of luck from Floyd Valley Healthcare in Lamar.
Make sure your life runs smoothly with an upgraded internet package from Premier Communications, connecting you with the internet speed and television access package that best fits your wants and needs. Premier Communications is happy to support our area coaches, athletes, and the parents who support them. Have a great season.
Klein Insulation can provide you with a complete insulation system for your attic, crawl spaces, and foundation walls. Call Kyle with Klein Insulation at 540-5691. That's 540-5691.
This is Jamie Sisman, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Elwood Olsen Stadium here in Sioux City as Lamar's community is pounding the West High Wolverines here tonight, a 38-0 lead. As we bring you our halftime coverage here this evening alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. You can also watch this game, and we are broadcasting live on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel. Thanks to some great sponsors like Peace Pizza House, Northwest Bank, Julie Hurt at Century 21 ProLink, and Easy Clean Car Wash. Well, let's run down the first half stats for you really quickly while we have an opportunity. We'll first start, generally speaking, with total offensive production. And, well, there's a number of different stats I could give you here right now to highlight the disparity in this ball game other than the 38-0 score. But the total offensive output does a pretty good job of that as well. Lamar's ran 27 plays on offense for 221 yards at an average of about 8 yards per play. West, meanwhile, ran 24 plays offensively for a total cumulative margin of 9 yards negative gained offensively and averaging a half a yard loss per play. The Bulldogs also are dominating the turnover margin to the tune of a 3-0 advantage there with 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery. And they have also sacked West 4 times here tonight. Individually, Jamie Sitzman, boy, he hasn't had to throw the football much, but when he does, he's been pretty good. 8 of 10 passing for 109 yards and a total of 4 touchdown passes here tonight. It's been pretty nice to watch him. Andrew Grant, 2 catches, 58 yards. He's got a touchdown reception. Tyson Augustine, 2 catches, 22 yards. He's got 2 touchdown receptions. Tegan Bogue, 3 catches for 20 yards. And then Carter Melvin caught his first pass this year for 9 yards, and it went for 6 points. On the ground, Andrew Grant, 6 carries, 74 yards, a rushing touchdown. Joaquin Hernandez, 7 carries for 35 yards here tonight. And the Bulldogs are led defensively by a number of players. Andrew Grant, Cougar Sargason, and Chase Hammonds all have 3 tackles here defensively. The interceptions coming from Tyson Augustine and Deji Kabongo. And then the fumble was recovered by Jackson Hogue on a bad handoff by West. Meanwhile, the Wolverines right now, well, it's been a struggle. Their quarterback, Taven Irvin, is 1 of 6 passing. That 1 completion went for 1 yard. He's thrown 2 interceptions. And when you factor in sacks into the passing total, he's lost 27 yards through the air. On the ground, they've been able to move the ball a little bit better on the ground. Irvin has recorded 12 total yards rushing here tonight. They've also got to 21 yards rushing from one of their running backs, and then that backup that came in the second time there, number 44 there, he had 9 yards rushing in the contest as well. And those are some of the numbers from the first half of play. West is actually not doing too bad on third down conversions. About a 3 of 5 clip is what we've got here. And Lamar's sitting at 1 of 4 unofficially on third down conversions here this evening. But again, your halftime score, it is Lamar's 38 and West nothing. And again, a totally dominant showing by the Bulldogs through and through. The numbers certainly suggest that. And, it's been very impressive to watch them take care of business here tonight.
Yeah, and this is what they needed to do. Oh, excuse me.
Yep.
This is what they needed to do. When they come down here on a Thursday night, they had a tough battle the last 2 weeks. And big games that you can get up for, and then you come down and play a team that has struggled. And we've talked about the struggles, and we don't need to continue on that. But this is a game you needed to come down and impose yourself early as the better team. Mm-hmm. You are the better team. You need to show it right away, and they did. After you got a penalty, you got a couple turnovers early and got in the end zone right away and just kept it going. And now you put yourself in a position where in the second half you keep everybody healthy. You keep everybody. You get a lot of reps for some people that maybe don't. The clock's going to be ticking right away, and you're going to get out of here with a win. And so that's what you needed to do. You know you have stuff coming next week. It was a good job. They did not look ahead. They took care of business so far tonight. Let's keep it clean and continue that. You know, you don't want this to be 38-21 at the end of this thing. You need to continue to build, but the clock's going to be going, and down there they're just saying, let's keep everything smart and safe, and let's get on to next week.
Yeah, let's not do anything that's going to put one of our players in harm's way, put the football in harm's way, move the football consistently. And like you said, it is important that you take care of business because of the opponent being not quite up to the caliber of some of the opponents we've seen the last few weeks, or the two that we're going to see the next couple weeks. You still need to take care of business, get the job done, and again, also the health is the biggest thing. If you can rest as many guys here in the second half, boy, that gives you a leg up against Sergeant Bluff Luton, who may take care of business against Storm Lake tomorrow night as well, but you still get that extra day of rest, and you give guys time to recover as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I was listening to some coaches talk today, and they just talk about how football, the injuries can be so impactful, and you want to keep everybody healthy, and then you build, Carter Melvin made a great catch there for a touchdown. That builds that trust with Jamie, and that builds that trust with and Carter knew he could do it, but that also gives him a little bit of a boost in confidence too. And you can gain that. You can gain live reps on a varsity field that maybe you haven't had before, and show the coaches, and the coaches can feel more comfortable putting people in situations where, hey, Andrew Grant he's tired, or Tyson Augustine's tired. He needs a rep just to get a break. You can do that if you know, but it's hard to do until you see it. Even against a team that you may be better than, these are going to be quality reps in the second half for a lot of guys.
Yeah, I can't wait to see who maybe comes out and takes advantage of the most. And the thing you highlighted too, we were here last year for this game. The Bulldogs got up, turned the running clock on, I want to say pretty early into the third quarter or so.
Yep.
But then, and it's not the fault of any players. Some second stringers came in, gave up a score, couldn't move the football offensively, and the running clock shut off, and it was kind of tough to get it back going. The big thing is here, I think you'll probably see the starters maybe for one possession, expand the lead a little bit, and then, let the other guys enjoy varsity football from there, because at this point they've earned it,
Yeah, and all coaches have their philosophy on a situation like this, and the last thing you want to do is try to rub it in anyone's face, because that's not the situation at all. But at the same time, you want to get some reps for guys with other guys. So you need to see defensive backs with a good defensive line. You need to see guys in situations with other quality guys. I'm not a proponent of, hey, let's just sub all 11 guys and hope for the best. That doesn't give anybody a good look. You can't really tell. But, if you can keep Jackson Hogue to continue to get some reps, but bump him out to defensive end and then put in a defensive tackle, now he can continue to rep both of those, and now you get another defensive tackle some reps. Or you have two linebackers sub, but you still keep Cougar in as your middle linebacker, and he can call out and bark out stuff. So the wholesale subs I don't necessarily love in football, but I don't love them in any sport really, because it just becomes too hard to really identify. And West is they have pride. They're going to continue playing, and you can't just assume that you're going to be able to throw anybody out there and be this successful. So we'll see how they attack this in the second half. But it's about being safe and getting on to next week as best you can.
Let's empathize with the opponents for just a little bit. I know, thankfully, both you and I have not been in very many situations, you as a coach, me as a broadcaster, where you're having to talk about positives for a team that is down this bad. Obviously, with Northwestern, you haven't been in many locker rooms like that. But if you were to put yourself in the locker room, if you are West, I mean, how tough do you think it is to just keep the energy up and tell them, hey, you still got 24 minutes of football to play. At minimum, let's put points on the board. Let's have something we can be proud of here tonight.
Yeah, and the hard thing for Coach Irvin right now is he's not selling today, tomorrow, or next week. He's selling the future of the program. Yeah. And his son's young. I noticed they had another freshman captain. A freshman being on the field at all is unheard of at this level. And so they've got some pieces. The number 44, what was his name? Avery Thomas.
Yep.
He comes in. He's a sophomore running back, So he had a nice rep. You're trying to build for the future. You're probably not you're not in the playoffs this year.
Right.
You know that. That's understood. You're trying to build for the future, and he's trying to gain confidence so that next year there's a few more of these students that are over here out there with him, and then the years to come. And he's got his son out there. He's got his buddies out there. He's going to try to build that as best he can. So as much as you want to see that instant growth, it just doesn't happen, especially at a school where you don't get to pick and choose. You can see it at college sometimes, especially now with the portal being as open as it is. You can do it at some schools that just somehow get kids to transfer in all willy-nilly.
Right.
But you know what? At West High, you're going to have to build it from within. And you know what? He's had a good approach to it. I love watching coaches. I love watching their demeanor, and he's been energetic. He's trying to do the right things. I mean, and that's all you can have him do, and he's just trying to build for the future. It's not necessarily tonight or tomorrow. It's for next year and the year after that.
It is 38-0. Lamar's leads West at halftime. Let's take a break and get the second half underway here in just a couple of minutes. You're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Touchdown for great times at the Lamar's Eagles Club. Join us Tuesday nights for bingo, and don't miss our delicious Wednesday night burger night. Proud sponsors of local athletics, where the fun never stops. Visit the Eagles Club this week.
Willow Lodge Pet Resort wants to wish all of our area athletes best of luck in tonight's game. Whether leaving town for vacation or just need a place for your pet during the workday, see Willow Lodge Pet Resort today on Prospect Street in Lamar's.
Young and old alike enjoy the competition of high school sports. Some participate, some watch, and some remember how it was. It's only a game, but it offers great life lessons and memories that last a lifetime. A few thoughts from Dan and Lori Rexwinkle of Rexwinkle Funeral Homes in Lamar's and Akron.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
Supporting our students in their endeavors at school is important to Prime Bank. Making sure that our students have the best chance for success is why we work hard to provide our backing. Prime Bank wishes all of our teams and groups good luck.
Hummers Lawn Care Service will provide you with the services needed for the best looking lawn in your neighborhood. So whether it's thatching, fertilizing, or simply maintaining your freshly cut grass, call Hummers Lawn Care at 546-4087.
Hi, Jessica G. Well, hello, Libby Lexus. I'm so excited to get the spa treatment at Easy Clean Car Wash. My owner knows how much I love the soft water. Oh, and the quick massage just makes my bumpers tingle.
And the blow dry is to die for. It always leaves my exterior sleek and shiny.
My owner bought me a year pass so I can have the spa treatment anytime I want.
Hey, ladies. Ooh, nice tires.
Oh, Mickey Mustang, you're such a player.
Easy Clean Car Wash. Give your car the spa treatment today. 12th Street east of Hy-Vee, Lamar's.
For all your construction needs, trust the Wilchin Brothers. They're a Better Business Bureau accredited business and will be there every step of the way to get your project done right. Call 546-4135 for Wilchin Brothers Incorporated. Bob's Bike Shop, your power sports headquarters. Yamaha, Can-Am, and Club Cars, they've got the ride that fits your wild side. Visit them today on Highway 75 North in Lamar's, proud sponsor of your local sports action.
The Lamar's Knights of Columbus Council 1466 would like to wish our teams the best of luck in the game. The Knights of Columbus is proud to support our schools and many charities throughout the year with our pork chop dinners and fish fries. Check out upcoming events by visiting their Facebook page at Lamar's KFC.
This is Cougar Sargerson, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEN.
And we welcome you back to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City with Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. It's time to start the second half with the Bulldogs up 38-0 on West. Running clock will be in effect unless the Wolverines trim it down under 35. And here we go. Jordan Grajeda kicks this one away, and Tyson Augustine runs up to field at the 16. Right seam he goes 30 to the 35, and he gets speared down to the 37-yard line. There is a penalty flag back behind the play as well on that far side of the field. So we'll just hold on for a moment as Augustine gets up from his hit at the 37-yard line. So that will, well, the running clock is going. I don't know the rules exactly well enough.
I was wondering the same thing.
I don't think it should be going during a penalty.
I don't see anyone yelling and screaming about it.
I'm not going to yell about it either. Now the clock is stopped. But it is a holding penalty called. And our officials will not put time back on the clock. We do appreciate that. As much as I like to be kind of beholden to the rules and the regulations of the sport that I broadcast, I am quite all right with 30 seconds running off the clock.
At some point, it's irrelevant, and tonight is one of those. It is still Thursday.
It is still Thursday. Yeah, we'll let Friday take care of that. So with 11:20 to go in the third quarter, Bulldogs up 38-0 and have the football. Jamie Sitzman hands it up the middle, and the Wolverines, they plug the hole nicely. It's just a yard gain, I believe, for Hernandez there at the 28-yard line. And that's a yard gain for Joaquin. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that didn't look extremely smooth on that one. Maybe Jamie wanted to keep that, but we're still going to see some. Still see Carter out there, Andrew, Joaquin. So you still see a lot of those starters.
Yeah, I think looking to try and at least get one score and then sub them out afterwards. 2nd down, 9 from the 28. Tight end motions left to right. Here's a sweep play right. Hernandez has a little bit more room, but he got ankle tackled down at the 30-yard line. Just a 2-yard gain for Hernandez, and it's 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, and like we said, they're not going to stop playing, so you have to continue playing just as well.
So that makes it 3rd down and a bit longer there for the Bulldogs, longer than any 3rd down they've had here tonight. The Wolverines could get a victory right out of the get-go if they can force the Bulldogs to maybe punt in this scenario. But the Dogs will take this play clock down quite a bit and mull over some of their options on what they want to do here. 3rd down and a long 7 from their own 30-yard line. 2 receivers either side of the line, and Sitzman, the knee-high snap out of the gun, throws toward the right numbers, threw it behind Tegan Bogue. That went through his hands, and it was nearly picked off by Cash Olson, but the pass falls incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 7, and the Bulldogs, for the first time tonight, line up to punt.
Yeah, and that was just early in the night, he was a little bit behind him, and then that one was just a little bit too far out of his reach. I think he did have Andrew Grant down the seam on the left side, but that wasn't one of the first 2 reads, and he had an open guy, just missed him, and that's going to happen.
And thankfully, if you're going to do it when you're up 38-0.
Absolutely.
There's not as much of impact then. 9.5 to go. Tyson Augustine, the first-team All-District punter last year, will line up to punt this one away. And the Dogs sub late. Low snap, short hops to Tyson. He gets a right-footed end-over-end boot away. Bounce at the 37. Toward the right seam, and a big hit made there. Looked like it was Brett Coons there on the hit. Nice job there. Cash Olson. No, Taven Irvin on the return man there. Boy, a quarterback punt returning up to the 43-yard line, and that's where West will start with the possession.
Yeah, Breck, good to see Breck running down out there, and this is what we're talking about, though. You saw on that punt, West had one guy run on late. Lamar's had 2 guys run on late. Yeah, and that's the type of stuff we're going to unfortunately probably see too much of here late in this game as it continues on.
Now, and of course, as you're making substitutions, you got to remember who's still on the field, who's not. But nevertheless, 1st down and 10 here for West. Ball's at their own 43-yard line as the Wolverines trail the Bulldogs 38-0. 8.5 minutes to go. And here come the Wolverines to the line. Out of the shotgun is Taven Irvin. 3 receivers right and 1 to his left. As he claps his hands, takes a snap, pump fakes the screen, and runs up the right seam, 45 to midfield. And he gets through an arm tackle, brought down to the 49-yard line of Lamar's. He's into enemy territory on an 8-yard gain to make it 2nd and 2.
Yeah, and this is an area where you have some different Bulldogs in there. You have some different guys. It looks like Carter's moved back to safety position. Isaiah's down here, and I think that's Mr. Jaden Velchak up on the top side. So your defensive backs are rotate a little bit different. I think Landon Hightree's in there, Brett Coons. So you have some different guys getting in there, and this is an opportunity for them to get some good solid reps.
An opportunity for West here to make the most of the field position. This is the first time they'll take a snap on Lamar's end of midfield. 2nd down and 2 from the 49-yard line. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. And the shotgun is Taven Irvin. He takes the snap and drops back to throw. He takes a deep shot over the left sideline. Single coverage. Jump ball picked off. Isaiah Tolson brings it in. Inside the 20-yard line, there is a penalty flag. The pass was intended for Chris Joseph.
It's going to be a sympathy flag.
Isaiah Tolson brought in the interception, but the penalty flag could negate it. Yeah, I think this is going to be pass interference against Isaiah Tolson, unfortunately.
That was perfectly played.
Yeah.
And I can hear VK all the way on that sideline. That was perfectly played.
Yeah, they do give a pass interference call against Tolson, unfortunately. Yeah, he made a great play. Yeah,
well, it's certainly not there. The penalty's going to come from back here.
Oh, well, hold on just a moment.
Wait.
Bulldog coaches are – Ken Vigdal's all the way out on the numbers saying, why is the football being moved all the way up there? This is not the NFL. That is not a spot foul. Yeah, they have jacked this whole measurement up, which is unfortunate because it will stop the clock while they try and figure this out. But yeah, this is not a spot foul like it is in the big boy NFL. You don't get that ball at the 20-yard line.
And the chains have moved.
The chains have moved. The line of scrimmage has moved.
Now, the clock did not change it, so they're the only ones that see. And here's the thing. It shouldn't even have been a penalty because there was barely any contact. That's not called in the first half. Don't call it now just because it's 38-0.
Yeah, that's the tough part about it. And actually that original line of scrimmage should be at the Bulldog 49. They have it at the West 49, but it's only 2 yards difference either way. But, yeah, to your point, was there contact? Sure. Did it give either kid an advantage? I don't think so.
No, absolutely not.
I mean, yeah,
that's unfortunate because Isaiah played it as, and he's gonna hear from Coach VK. You played that exactly how we want you to play it. Don't worry about it.
Right. Yeah, it's the windshield wiper thing. Here's Irvin throwing a screen pass right. That ball is dropped. It's a loose football, and the Dogs have it. Lamar's dives on the backwards pass at the 43-yard line.
Isaiah's going, you could have just done that last play and given me the ball.
They're
going to flip this. They're going to flip this. They're going to keep it.
Yeah, they're going to talk about it, but I believe it was Logan Kirby who dove on the football, number 65, if I saw that correctly. But again, yeah, they are talking about this one, so we'll hold our excitement for the 4th turnover night for just a moment. Yeah, they are going to call it incomplete.
Could have seen that one coming.
Well, I think, yeah, I guess the pass was not backwards, because he didn't have enough possession to make a football move to, do all those things. They say it wasn't
backwards. I venture to disagree, but I tend to do that from time to time.
You do, yeah. There's something about guys who wear black and white stripes that just does not appeal to you. 2nd and 10 from the 36-yard line of Lamar's. Here's the snap back, and rolling left is Irvin. He throws into the flats. Catch made to the 33. A good hit by Ephraim Kabongo. The ball falls out again. The Dogs are on it.
What are we calling?
And we don't have a signal. He is down by contact at the 34-yard line.
3 turnovers in a row. That is wild.
That's right. The interception, the supposed backwards, not backwards pass, and then that one.
And we're up 38-0.
We must remind ourselves of the score before we take out to any.
And so now it's 3rd down. And the Bulldogs need to really try to get up. You're probably going to see 4-down territory out of West. What do they got to lose?
Right. It is 3rd down and 8 for the Wolverines from the 34-yard line. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right of Taven Irvin in the shotgun. And they don't know what play call they're throwing. There is a delay of game. Yeah, the play clock is down to 0. West did not call a timeout. So a comedy of errors here.
And that goes back to the fact I think everybody was looking at the officials and there was no call on whether or not it was a fumble or not. So nobody knew quite what was going on. So I think West was over here just chilling out. What is it now?
Well, now there's a penalty flag all the way on the far sideline, which is not where they've given a sideline warning to Lamar's, which is not a penalty.
No.
Second one would be a 15-yard penalty. But for the moment, it is going to be 3rd down and 13 for West at the Bulldog 39-yard line. And so here we go. Got to get that Let's get the running clock running again. It hasn't run very much lately. There we go. 6 minutes to go in the third. Dogs up 38-0. Snap to Irvin on 3rd and 13. He drops back, takes a deep shot over the left numbers, and it's in
Nice
and
play,
out of the
Isaiah.
hands of the receiver and Adrian Hilden. Isaiah Tolson hit him as he was trying to bring the pass in. He jarred it loose. It's incomplete. 4th and 13. And now, unfortunately, Hilden is down 3 yards deep in the end zone with an injury after being hit by Tolson to jar the football loose.
Isaiah made a great play there.
Great play.
And the hands went up, and he just timed it perfectly to punch at it right as it hit his hands. It was a great ball by Irvin, but just couldn't quite corral it, and now he's laying down there. It kind of fell right on that shoulder, it looked like, and so that's usually kind of one of those deals where, well, it must not be too bad because they just pulled him up by his arm.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know if he liked it, though, necessarily. So, but he is going to jog off the field, which is good news, but that doesn't, totally run out the possibility of an upper body injury. He is grabbing at his kind of the right hip area, right rib
ribs.
cage.
Yeah.
So that might be part of the issue as well. Might have landed wrong there. But the Wolverines will have 4th down and 13 for the Bulldog 39-yard line.
The center's on the ball, then no one's even close to him. This is just Twilight Zone right here.
Very bizarre football. So weird things happen at Elwood Olsen Stadium sometimes. Here's 4th and 13 from the 39-yard line. 2 receivers either side, and Irvin drops back to pass. He's looking to throw. He steps up in the pocket. He's able to get away from defenders. Left numbers 35-30. Sidesteps a defenders, got a first down. Across the 26 to the 25. Jarrett Forbes finally dragged him down. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line. A great scramble of 15 yards and a first down for West.
They had him. They had him corralled, and then your linebackers dropped out of there. Didn't make the tackle we needed to, and unfortunately he was able to get just enough before Jarrett took him down.
So 15-yard gain and a first down there for West. And like you said, a tough break. There were so many Bulldogs around Irvin, and there with a chance to make a tackle on him, but none could. 1st and 10 now at the 24-yard line of Lamar's. Ball's on the left hash. 2 receivers either side of Irvin in the shotgun. Back off his right hip. Quick drop. He throws left numbers. Caught at the 20. And out of bounds is Turner Joy at the 19-yard line. A gain of 5 yards to the receiver who was the quarterback at one point last year. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, and again, this is those quality reps that you need from the Isaiah Tolsons and the Brett Coons and the Logan Kirby's. You get these reps in a quality game, and they're going to have to earn it because they want to zero up there as much as anybody right now.
You mentioned Jaden Vlachek over there on the far side as well. He's playing corner. It is a 2nd down and about 6 to go from the 20-yard line. 4 minutes left in the third. Dogs up 38-0. Here's Irvin dropping back 3 steps to pass. He steps up, looking to evade pressure, and he's upended there at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and the hit made by Logan Kirby. It'll be a gain of maybe a yard to the 19, makes it 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and they're still going to keep competing out there. Bulldogs are continuing to get pressure. Kirby kind of folded right in there, made a nice tackle.
So not much doing there for West. 3rd down and 5, and they've already converted 4th and 13 on this drive. So at this point, anything's possible for them.
Still, can't hold anything back now, right?
Absolutely. Might as well go for it. Here's 3rd down and 5 from the 19. 2 receivers either side of the shotgun set. Irvin drops back, quick route right side, and it is juggled at the 15-yard line and falls incomplete. Nolan Hardgraves, the intended receiver there, could not bring that football in. It'll be 4th down and 5 with 3 minutes to go in the third.
And that's frustrating for the young quarterback. I mean, we had a perfect angle. He was wide open, and I think he was right at the stick, so maybe he has to make one guy miss. But, that was one that they should complete. And as you get more experience with these guys, they will.
Yep. So 4th down, 5 to go. As we mentioned already, the Wolverines have already gained a 4th and 13 to keep their drive alive. So here's 4th and 5 in the red zone of the Bulldog 19, down 38-0. 2 receivers either side of Irvin. He drops back after the belt high snap. He rolls to his right and looking to throw toward the end zone, and he well overthrew Turner Joy. It is an incomplete pass. The pressure coming from Drew Reganitter, who hit him as he threw. The incomplete pass forces a turnover on downs, and the Bulldog defense gets off the field.
Yeah, great job, and Drew spun around there and put a hit on the quarterback, who's taken plenty of hits on the night, and I can only assume throughout the season as the main guy. But now it looks like we have a host of different Bulldogs in there offensively, and Gavin Clary will be taking some snaps.
I love to see that. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs. They go into a bit of a wing package here, and the handoff goes right side. And that's a coughed up football. Christopher Sanchez couldn't bring it in.
We still got
West couldn't recover the football either. It was on the left sideline at the 10, and the ball fumbles out of a Wolverine player's hands who never had possession. It goes out of bounds at the 9. Loss of 10 there. And it'll be second down and 20.
I don't know how they didn't get that.
I don't know either.
I actually looked away
really
thinking that they had it, and I was looking to the defense, see who was going out on defense, and somehow we got it. But Gavin's out there in the untraditional 28
Number
as a quarterback.
At quarterback. I love it.
He's going to give you everything he has, though.
Yes, he does. We saw that on the baseball diamond this summer as well. Second down and 20 from the 9. Here's the handoff left, and the run goes in between the hashes across the 10 to the 13-yard line. That's Landon Hightree on the carry, gain of about 5. It'll be 3rd and 15.
Yeah, and these guys want to get the carries they can, and they'd love to break one. Landon would love nothing more than to try to take off for one, because you know you're probably not ever going to be in 4-down territory. So right now you have to try to take as many as you can. But Gavin can sling the ball. You know, he played shortstop and all that stuff, so he can throw it a little bit.
He's got a good arm. We saw that this summer. 3rd down and 15 from the 14. A snap to Clary, and he gives to Hightree running up the right seam. And he's brought down at the 19-yard line. So they get those 10 yards back, but it's not enough. It'll be 4th down and 10. And the punt team will line up here for the Bulldogs.
And that might be the unfortunate thing about getting your offensive time here. Defense can still do what they do, and whether they blitz or do that type of stuff doesn't matter. But offensively, it's going to be pretty vanilla. And you're going to see a lot of snap and handoff, that type of stuff. So really like to do what you can. You're going to be able to go to the fourth quarter here, though, so don't even snap it. Take your time, Tyson. Don't even snap it.
The Bulldogs will not punt it here before the quarter comes to an end because they don't have to. Game clock and play clock separated by about 6 seconds, and this punt will occur in quarter number 4. After 3 quarters, the Bulldogs are up 38-0. Didn't add to their lead, but didn't need to either. We'll take a break. Fourth quarter's coming up next here on KLEM.
Tail Trends Dog Grooming supports all of our area high school athletes. At Tail Trends Grooming, your pet is sure to get spa-like treatment, bathing, grooming, and nail trimming available. Contact Tail Trends Dog Grooming today at 546-7318.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
Top-notch automotive owners Jerry and Jason Mura can help with all your auto repair needs, from AC repair to transmission rebuilds, engine replacement, steering, suspension diagnostics, and more. Call 712-546-7430 or stop by Top-Notch Automotive, 1600 18th Street Southwest, Lamars.
This is Tyson Augustine, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Well, Tyson Augustine welcomes us back to the broadcast, punting it away here in the fourth quarter. This one bounces up the right seam, and a nice open field tackle brings the West returner down at his own 44, and that's where the Wolverines will start with this drive here in the fourth quarter with Lamar's on top 38-0.
And that's such a positive to have Deji be able to get down there. You know he can tackle in open space, and he's going to be able to break down. And so if no one accounts for him, and a lot of coverages don't, you're going to be in good shape. So again, we're going to continue to see. It looks like we have Cedric in there along with Mr. Albrecht in there.
Yep.
So you're going to have all kinds of new names to say.
This is where we test whether or not the bound roster is up to date, and that's what you run into late in the year. 1st and 10 of the 44. Irvin rolling to his left. He runs up the seam. He's able to break a tackle near midfield and tackle into Bulldog territory at the 46-yard line. That's going to be 10 yards and enough to move the sticks for a West High first down.
You know, and some people might be sitting there going, well, why do they have their starting quarterback in when here's the deal. He's a sophomore. He's got to get his reps. He gets them on Friday night. So they've probably had a couple games like this, and they might have more coming down the stretch. He's got to get reps here, and it's good for our guys to play against good, solid competition because we're going to see this guy in the next couple of years.
Yeah, and to your point, West still has to play Spencer, Sergeant Bluff, Luton, and Fort Dodge. 2 of those games are on the road.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's a brutal finish to the season. First down and 10 here for West of the Bulldog 46-yard line. 3 receivers right, and Irvin drops to throw. The Bulldogs bring 4 in pressure, nearly get to him. He rolls right, throws, gets crushed as he throws it up the right sideline and over through Turner Joy. Incomplete. You had 2 people running against each other in a head-on collision near the line of scrimmage as Irvin gets shaken up on the play, but he gets back up. Landon Hightree delivered the hit there at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10 after the incompletion.
And I'll give this young man a lot of credit. He's taken a beating back there, and he keeps getting up. Sometimes it's slower than others, but he keeps getting back up and doing his best to kind of lead his team as best he can from the sophomore quarterback position.
And as we mentioned a few times already, the running clock has been going throughout this entire second half. So 9.5 to play in the ball game. Bulldogs up 38-0. This is a busted play. Irvin trying to make something of it as he runs up the right seam and is brought down after a 3-yard pickup to the 43-yard line. That makes it 3rd and 7.
Yeah, it looked like Breck and Cedric in there. Isaiah got in there a little bit. Try to get as many names as I recognize. Drake Peters out there. Good to see Drake out there. He just got back from an injury, so it's always good to see some of those guys getting those reps.
The nice thing, too, is with Coach Vigdal, he says if you got a helmet and shoulder pads, you're playing on a night like tonight, and that's a great way to approach a game like this. So 3rd down and 7 here for West. Ball's at the Bulldog 43-yard line. Snap back to Irvin. It's a deep drop back. Looking to take a shot. Steps through 2 Bulldogs. He runs to his left toward the numbers of the 45, and he's wrestled down from behind. A tackle made there by Riker Cochran, it looked like. It is a pickup of 2 to the 41-yard line. It's 4th down and 5.
Yeah, and a good job pursued. Yeah, like you said, he had a huge drop. I was looking for a screen of some sort, as much room as he was getting, and as fast as our defensive line got through there, did a great job of putting pressure on him. So timeout, West.
Yeah, we're going to get a West timeout with 8:26 to go in the ball game. Their first of 3 timeouts in the second half. Bulldogs up 38-0 over the Wolverines here in Class 4A football. We'll step aside with this timeout. Might as well take a little break and be back after this here on KLEM.
State Farm agent Michael Crank is a proud supporter of local athletics. Whether you are looking for auto, home, or health insurance, choose the agent that will be on your side. State Farm agent Michael Crank.
Smithco Manufacturing in Lamars would like to wish our area athletes a safe, successful fall season. For 30 years, Smithco has used great teamwork to produce the #1 selling side dump trailers in the country. To learn how you can join our winning team, go online at sidedump.com.
Sioux City Yamaha, Can-Am, and Kawasaki. Your ride starts here. From Yamaha to Can-Am and Kawasaki, they've got the power, performance, and adrenaline you crave. Visit them today on Highway 75 in Sioux City. Proud sponsor of local sports action.
Get the winning team on your side with experts at Exit Realty Midwest Lamars. Misty Zeck, Dave Close, Austin Sitzman, Abby Phillips, Jody Adler, Alec Reichen, and Clark Goodchild are ready to help you call the plays when it comes to buying or selling your home. Learn more at ExitRealtyMidwest.com.
This is Tegan Bogue, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we're back to Elwood Olsen Stadium here in the Irving and Carolyn Jensen press box at Morningside University alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. You can also watch this game on the KLEM radio YouTube channel. It is 4th and 5 for West to the Bulldog 41. Irvin drops back to pass. He's running to his right. He looks to throw. Oh, he gets crushed as he lobs it up right numbers, and that ball is incomplete. Looking for Chris Joseph inside the 10-yard line. Oh, Irvin got hit high and hit low. But he gets back up. My goodness, there's a penalty flag. And this is going to be roughing the passer against the Bulldogs.
I mean, it was an unfortunate hit, and I'm glad he got up because that looked like it could have been bad. I don't think that was. I mean, in the NFL, 100%, but that never gets called in high school.
In the soft football league.
Yeah,
up there,
yeah.
But you know, I'm trying to replay the play in my head. And again, we're not arguing to give the Bulldogs an advantage or to mitigate the hit that the Wolverine quarterback took, but the hit was right as he let it go. I mean, how do you hold up?
Unless there is a high-low element to that,
sure.
You know that. Oh,
but now we got a penalty flag on the far
someone
side.
Just got penalized over there.
So I think
this is going to be your second one.
Second sideline warning over there. So that is going to add to this. Yeah, but it's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty with a second sideline warning. So that'll be half the distance to the goal again. And the Wolverines will get it into the red zone, and they're threatening to score their first points of the contest. So all told, they end up gaining 29 yards off of 2 penalties, 1 for roughing the passer and 1 for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, and we kind of said it. The second half is going to be interesting, and it's lived up to its billing, and that's why we have those people tuning in like we were talking about during the break.
Well, we're glad to have you along with us on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel. We're listening on KLEM Radio, however you're tuning into this contest. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. Dogs up 38-0. Snap to Irvin. He drops back, throws left numbers, and that ball is hauled in. It was a low pass, and a nice catch made there by Turner Joy at about the 8-yard line, a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Nice tackle by Jay. I believe that's Jace Boyer, number 25. Young kid getting some action out there and did a great job from a safety position. And again, he's undersized for a varsity field right now, but he's doing a great job out there getting valuable reps.
Yeah, those are exactly what you need here with 7:15 to go in the ball game. The tough part about this is if West scores a touchdown, Lamar's probably be inclined to bring some of their starters back offensively to get the running clock back on or to sustain a drive, which takes away some opportunities there. 2nd and 6 from the 8. Quick pass, screen pass left. It is caught.
Drake.
Left numbers and pickup of just a yard to the 7. That was not Turner Joy that time. I think it was Jimmy Smith who is able to pick up a yard on the play. No, that's Nolan Hargraves. Gain of a yard, 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, and Drake Peters got out there along with Ben Reginator, so you had both of the Reginator brothers in there making plays, and I think Logan Kirby was out there too. Logan Kirby's about 4 yards offsides. There he is. He just realized it.
Well, that's all right. You do that before the snap and before they break the huddle, I guess.
You can get away with it then.
Yep, absolutely. 3rd down and 5 from the 7. Out of the shotgun here for West. And they take the snap, drop back. Irvin throws right seam, and he threw it behind his target.
2 receivers
there were 2 receivers there. I think he was intending to hit Adrian Hilden on the right seam, but he threw it behind him. 4th down and 5 upcoming.
Yeah, and you had a slant, and then you had an out. And usually they're staggered. One's maybe at 5 yards, one's at 12. But they were right on the same spot. And it even made the 2 defensive backs from Lamar's kind of look at each other like, what do we do on that?
Did we do the wrong thing?
Yeah.
No, you guys are good.
Our guys are here.
Jarrett Forbes over there, Jaden Vlachek on this near side.
I think you look at a quarterback run here out of these guys. You know, he's been the most successful athlete out there tonight.
4th down and 5 at the 7. And rolling right is Irvin. He's looking to throw. Now he's got all kinds of pressure. Throws into the end zone. It's caught for a West High touchdown. It's Chris Joseph 4 yards deep and into the end zone for 6. It's his first touchdown of the year, just the 3rd touchdown pass for Taven Irvin. And with 5:33 to go in the game, the Wolverines score. It's 38-6.
Yeah, and he came from all the way from the other side, and that's a long run to get over here, and then to make a nice pass across your body there to make that happen. But they got what they needed, and that'll put them on the board for the first time tonight.
And on 4th down, too. That was even
was
impressive.
That 3 4th down conversions?
Yeah, that's the 3rd one they've had. They've been pretty impressive when it comes to that here in the second half anyway. Point after try upcoming. And this will be from Jordan Grajeda. The snap, and oh boy, the kick is blocked.
Good job.
And the
Landon
PAT is
Hightree.
no good. It's Landon Hightree who came flying off the left side.
Didn't touch him.
Did not touch him at all. Boy, that was impressive, and Hightree gets the block PAT. Score remains 38-6. We'll take another timeout. We're back with more Bulldog football in just a moment with 5.5 to play here on KLEM.
Quality Lube of Lamar's is proud of all our Plymouth County athletes. At Quality Lube, they focus on you, the customer, to ensure that they can keep you on the road when you need to be. From diagnostic repair to routine oil changes, Quality Lube can do it all.
When it comes to service, your Lamar's Hy-Vee is #1 for shopping both in-store and online. Save with the Fuel Saver Plus Perks Rewards program at Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
This is Hudson Cass, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City on the campus of Morningside University, the home of the 3-time national champions. Alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you with 5.5 to play in this ball game. The Bulldogs lead West 38-6 in Class 4A district football action. And the Bulldogs will line up to return a kickoff after West scored their first points of the night. Here's a high right-footed end-over-end kick, and it's fielded at the 11-yard line by Tyson Augustine. He runs it out toward the right numbers to the 25-30, gets a crease, breaks a tackle, and gets tripped up at the 34-yard line. Tyson Augustine, not a bad return, nearly broke through that first tackle there, but good return nonetheless. 1st and 10 for the Dogs at the 34.
Yeah, and I'm almost a little bit surprised that he even brought it out there. They didn't do a little bit of a fair catch, because the other fear of bringing guys in is they've been standing on the sidelines and they've chilled. They're not warm. They're not loose. So you don't want to have to do that. That is the worst case scenario. You're 5.5 minutes. You're going to win the game. May not be pretty at the end, but hopefully these guys can string something together.
1st and 10 for Lamar's at their own 34-yard line. It's Gavin Clary out of the shotgun. Hands off the left side. Christopher Sanchez spinning out of a tackle and is finally dragged down after a pickup of just a yard to the 35. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Now the big thing here, obviously these guys want to take as many snaps as you can, but with the clock not running full stop anymore, you want to take your time in between plays just to milk the clock further.
Yeah, and they didn't even put the play clock up, so now it's at 0. So I'm not sure what's going on.
I don't know either. Yeah, nobody's reset the play clock.
Not going to worry about it.
Now it goes.
Now they put it to 40.
Well, we take the snap anyway. Clary is going to run up the left side, and there is just nowhere to go for him. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 9 upcoming after the run by the sophomore Gavin Clary.
Yeah, and there they go.
And
now I'm so confused by everything. But yeah, run that clock down. But really, these guys, we need to get that 1st down, and not for anything as far as the scoreboard says, but just to build confidence in these guys that they can do it on a Friday night or Thursday night.
Football calls when it calls, right?
Absolutely.
You got to answer it. 3rd down and 9 from the 35-yard line. Hand right side, Christopher Sanchez, bull rushing off the right seam, and he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4, and it's 4th down and 5.
And we'll punt this one, Yep.
But that drive of just 3 plays was able to take, looks like it'll end up taking about minute 45 off the clock when all's said and done. Not too shabby in a situation like this. 3:50 to go in the ball game. Dogs up 38-6. Haven't scored here in the second half, but as we've already reiterated, they haven't needed to. And Tyson Augustine will line up to punt this one away. And he gets away a high right-footed end-over-end kick. This bounces inside the 35. Takes a Wolverine hop. And Deji Kabongo leaps up to field it before it could get over his head. That ball is down at the 32-yard line. And that is where West will start with this drive. 3:34 left to go in the ball game, trailing 38-6. So, again, the West High offense will face the 2nd-string Bulldog defense.
Looks like they got some subs coming in too. So they're going to get their JV guys in here, and that's good. You know what? That's good for. And this is what I was talking about with Coach. He's building for the future. He wanted to get some positive. You want to get a score with those guys. But now they got their score. Now it's time to play JVs versus JVs.
Well, we had Gavin Clary wears 28 at quarterback. We've got 22 at quarterback. Peyton Markowski, the sophomore, will line up the Wolverines in the shotgun. 2 receivers either side. He turned right. There was no back there. He tries to run it himself, and he's tackled near the line of scrimmage, right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there for Markowski. It's 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and at this point in time, if you want to be in the game, you're standing by the defensive coaches because they are going to find a way to put you in, even if you don't play defense, but you have to be down there. If you're on the other end hanging out, you're not going to get any time. You're not going to get that name called.
Yep, there's about 6 different guys standing around Coach VK and Coach Vigdal, or is that Coach Van Otterloo
That's
down
Coach
there?
Van Otterloo
down there. Yep, he's helping handle the personnel, I think, here tonight. Yep. You know what he told me? He said he found a lucky penny on the way to the MOC Floyd Valley game. And he's got it in his pocket still. That penny's 3-0.
Yeah. I was actually with him when it happened. It was
a heads-up penny too.
It was.
2nd and 10, and Markowski throws into the flats. The catch made, and a nice open field tackle. Isaiah Tolson brings down Jimmy Smith. Loss of 3 to the 30, and it's 3rd down, and we'll say about 12.
Yeah, we were walking outside the school in the front, and he sees a penny, and he says, "Oh, heads up, penny." And I immediately said, "You might as well tell MOC not even to show up because this one's over." So then after the game, game, I went down and talked to him, and I said, hey, you got that penny? And he pulls it out of his pocket. So we're on a heater with the penny, so let's keep it up.
He was so excited to show me because we haven't done a game in 2 weeks for you guys, unfortunately, just how the schedule worked out. But things worked out for you guys anyway. Here's 3rd and 12, and Markowski steps up in a collapsing pocket. He goes down. That hit made on the play. Cedric Phillips Jr. got there for the stop. It's a gain of 3. 4th down and 9, and the Wolverines, I think, are going to keep the offense out there, but they really kind of have to at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it only makes sense. And let these guys get reps on both sides, and, well, maybe not.
They're looking to the sideline. Yeah, they already had their punter out there, so I guess they didn't really have to change personnel too much. And the quarterback, Markowski, is the long snapper, too.
Now you have to put you don't have to put someone back.
No, they are going to send
Jordan Luna.
Oh, Jordan Luna's going to return this one. All right. Jordan Grajeda is the punter. Gets a right-footed line drive wobbler back, and Luna fields it over his shoulder at the 28. Runs it out right numbers 30, 35, 40. Breaks a tackle, penalty flag as Luna runs it across midfield, 45, and Luna stood up at the 43 and just go down. He is down now in West High territory. But another penalty flag on special teams, oddly enough. We've had a few of those here tonight.
We have.
We'll just leave it at that. That's the way this will go. And so it will be, I think it was a block in the back, it looked like. So 10-yard penalty. Dogs will have it at the 30, but 2 kneel downs, and I think that will take care of business here tonight.
And we'll see if we do kneel this down, because like we talked about, these are some reps for these guys. So maybe you try to get some, not running anybody's nose in anything, but just saying, hey, let's get a play or two. You don't have to run something deep, but you can still run a play and see if you can get a good play. They are going to signal something in. Coach Hightree's running the JV offense over there.
1st down and 10 from the 30-yard line. And the Bulldogs line Gavin Clary up in the shotgun on the right seam. 2 receivers either side. He motions slot receiver right to left. This is a jet sweep. I believe that's Vlachek. Yep, around the left side. And he's brought down for a loss. Back to the 29-yard line. It is 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, and Jaden, I know that they liked what he did during the preseason and some of the things he was doing out on the field, and then he kind of got banged up a couple weeks in, and so he's still rounding himself back into playing shape and doing things out there, but he looked like he had some movement going across there, just needs to get used to that physicality.
Well, we get this game clock under 40 seconds, and the Dogs will only have to snap it one more time as they line up to do so. Out of the shotgun, snap to Clary. He sweeps it around the right side, Landon Hightry. Right seam, and he gets drilled down to the 30-yard line. Good hit. It's a pickup of a yard, and it's 3rd down and 10. And that cheering you hear comes from the far side with the student section now realizing that they won't have to run another play here in this ball game.
But will they? There's definitely a signal coming in. Coach Hightree's, this is fun for as a coach calling some plays too.
You got 6 seconds left, and the Dogs will take a snap. Here's the handoff to Hightry. Right seam he goes. 35. He's brought down short of the 40 at about the 39-yard line. And that will put a better bow on the finish of this contest for the Bulldogs. A 9-yard gain to finish things off, and Lamar's exits with a 2-0 district record. Still atop Class 4A District 1. Your final score tonight, it's Lamar's 38 and Sioux City West 6. Well, we'll take a break, come back. We'll have some post-game coverage for you, some final thoughts, and recap the contest. Our first of 2 football games we'll bring you this weekend on KLEM. Again, the Bulldogs are a winner, 38-6 over West. We're back after this here on KLEM.
Game on, Lamars. Looking for a winning team for your finances? Join Cent Credit Union. As a member-owned cooperative, Cent is all about you, your goals, your community. Let's score big together. Visit centcu.org today, where your success is our play.
Williams & Company, certified public accountants, congratulates all area athletes in support of excellence, good sportsmanship, and the spirit of teamwork. A proud sports sponsor, Williams & Company, CPAs, your full-service business advisor with a local office in Lamar's. Colbeck Incorporated is proud to support local high school athletics. They encourage you to play hard and play smart and always show good sportsmanship. Best of luck from your friends, Brian, Kevin, and Wayne Colbeck.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season. Lamar's Community Athletic Boosters are proud supporters of this broadcast. Hard work and determination are vital to the success of our area athletics. The Lamar's Community Athletic Boosters are proud to stand behind our athletes and coaches as they work towards success on the field and in the classroom.
At American Bank, we believe in offering you what you want in a bank. Free checking, free debit and ATM cards, extended lobby and drive-up hours, competitive loans and deposit rates, online and mobile banking with bill payment and mobile deposit services. American Bank, achieving success together for over 130 years.
Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
Hi, this is Julie Hurt with Century 21 ProLink in Lamar's, your local real estate expert dedicated to results. Whether buying or selling a home, call me, Julie Hurt, with Century 21 ProLink in Lamar's at 540-7757. That's 540-7757.
Lamar's Agri Center, your local source for top-performing Kent feed products, bulk grass seed, bulk bird seed, lawn care essentials, dust control solutions, and much more, all accompanied with exceptional service. The Lamar's Agri Center, your source for everything that grows.
Advanced Eye Healthcare, Dr. Becky DeRuyter knows all of our student athletes need to keep their eye on the ball. Make sure with an eye exam at Advanced Eye Healthcare at Walmart Vision Center in Lamar's. Dr. Becky DeRuyter.
This is Deji Kabango, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we're back to wrap this one up here on our post-game show from Elwood Olsen Stadium. Lamar is now 2-0 in district play with a 4-2 overall record and a 3-game winning streak, all thanks to a lucky penny Coach Caleb Vinoglu found on the ground heading to the MOC Floyd Valley game. The Bulldogs are a winner over West High 38-6 in Class 4A District 1. With Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. Let's run down some of the post-game stats for you here tonight. Some of the stats will look pretty similar to how they looked in the first half just because Lamar's brought some second stringers in and it didn't want to totally rub their opponent's nose in it. But the Bulldogs did record 233 yards of offense, very well balanced, 109 passing to 124 rushing. The Dogs did not turn the football over. That was key. West turned it over 3 times here tonight. And the Wolverines finished with 64 yards of offense and a bulk of those coming on the ground. As far as the individual leaders, Andrew Grant records 74 yards rushing on 6 carries and a rushing touchdown. Joaquin Hernandez had 9 carries for 38 yards, and Landon Hightree comes in late with 4 carries for 16 yards here tonight. The Bulldogs were led passing by Jamie Sitzman. Boy, he was good tonight. 8 of 11, 109 yards, 4 touchdowns. Those 4 touchdowns were spread out amongst 3 different targets. Andrew Grant, 2 catches, 58 yards, and a touchdown. Tyson Augustine, 2 catches, 22 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then it was Carter Melvin with a catch for 9 yards and a touchdown. And Tegan Bogue also caught 3 passes tonight for 20 yards. Defensively, 2 sacks here tonight for Andrew Grant. The Bulldogs were all over the backfield, totaling 4 sacks. Another one for Chase Hammonds. It was also Jackson Hogue had a sack in there. He recovered the fumble on defense. Deji Kabongo had an interception. So did Tyson Augustine. The Bulldog defense played an outstanding ball game. West was able to get their only score late in the contest. That came in quarter number 4, and it was a touchdown pass to Chris Joseph from Taven Irvin. And that was the only score for West here tonight as they fall on this one 38-6. Their passing attack was not very good. All told, once you factor in sacks, it only accumulated 9 yards of loss. but of course did get some positive plays later with 2 touchdowns. Their quarterback, one of the top rushers here tonight, as he ends up leading the way offensively, as we kind of figured coming into the contest here this evening with 34 yards rushing. So again, the Bulldogs are a winner here, 38-6, and this is one of those games, Gabe, where you could probably throw out most of the second half film. Only a handful of things that I think Coach Vigdahl and the crew will be too disappointed with, some of the penalties, some procedure things, but by and large, another dominating performance here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and really, as much as you don't worry about the second half, some of the first half stuff is fine, but you take it with a grain of salt because you were just better.
Yep.
And so you learn, and you can take a few things, but really, you came and you did what you needed to do. This is what was expected and what needed to happen. You needed to have a dominant performance. You took it out in the first half. You did exactly what you needed to. And then second half, it looked like, as far as we can tell, we got out healthy. We got out maybe a little bit stronger and got some guys some experience. So you move on, and you have a big test coming up next week in Lamar's, and then you have another big test the next week at Fort Dodge. So we'll see what happens over the next 14 days or so, but it's going to do a lot to see if we get an extra game.
You don't like to talk about this stuff too early in the season, but with how the district anticipates shaking out and with the quality of teams you're playing the next 2 weeks, you almost kind of have to view the next 2 games as pseudo playoff games. Because you want the guys to show up. It's a good way to kind of get them to buy in of like, hey, these games matter. These are massive games toward potentially getting that 10th game, making it into the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's almost a little bit, postseason baseball. We were watching a little bit of that. It's almost like a postseason baseball situation.
Yep.
You need one of 2.
Yes.
You know, if you can get them both, great.
If you might host at that point.
Yeah. If you don't get either of them, it doesn't mean it's over. You still have room because of who we played.
Yes.
That's a huge, huge factor. But at the same time, you would love to get one, and then you feel really comfortable about the whole situation, even if the tiebreaker falls in some goofy way because of one loss stuff, then you still feel like your RPI is going to be in good enough shape.
Yeah.
But if you lose 2, it becomes more difficult. Still possibility.
Still possible.
Because of our non-conference, with Heelan, with MOC, with Sioux Center coming to play this year and doing what they're doing. So there's a lot that's still on the table for the Bulldogs. The next 2 weeks are vital, and it takes nothing away from Storm Lake in the next week.
Right.
Because if you trip there, then you're really in trouble.
You're really out of it.
It starts with this next one, and then obviously if you can get this one, you feel really comfortable about what's coming down the road. But at the same time, everybody wants to make the playoffs, and it really right now it looks to be a 3-team race in our district.
Yeah, and the maybe the picture will look a little clearer coming up on Monday. That is when the first set of RPI rankings come out from the Iowa High School Athletic Association. So we'll kind of see exactly. We know the Bulldog RPI is good with the quality of teams they played, and then those teams have also played good teams, which also factors into it as well. But we'll get kind of an actual number and a ranking kind of where things sit for the Bulldogs at that point in time, which will be really good. Again, Coach Vigdahl, we always kind of go over some of the playoff scenarios with Coach Vigdahl every now and then just because he doesn't want to have to worry about it. He wants someone to translate and just say, hey, kind of where we're at. But, he comes back to it and say, well, if we win 4 games in the district, we're second and we're in automatically. We don't have to let a computerized formula figure it out. So, again, it goes back to what you said. 1 out of 2 really makes a big difference.
Yeah, and I remember last year sitting down there and we're watching that Spencer Fort Dodge score, and we're hoping that Spencer could pull that out, and to see them not do it after we just put up a big number on Storm Lake, did our job, and then I walked down by those guys, those seniors, those guys that have played football together, and to see that affects them, and I hope our guys remember that, because that's not fun.
No.
And eventually you always play that last game, but you want to push it off as long as you can. And if you can have that excitement of playoffs and do that type of stuff, that's really what you want. So it really starts with tomorrow getting healed up and getting fresh and coming back after a physical game on short rest. They did a great job tonight Now let's get rested up. Let's take care of business.
And if that last game can be indoors too, that's even better. That's
really fun. That's that's a good time. We've been there.
Yes,
it's been a few years, but I remember being on that sideline. That's a good time.
Wouldn't mind paving that path from Lamar's to Cedar Falls.
Absolutely,
once again. So,
we'd love it.
The Bulldogs again are now 4-2 overall, 2-0 in the district. West drops to 1-5, 0-2 in district play. Again, as you mentioned, Gabe, big game, Sergeant Bluff Luton next week, Friday at 7 o'clock, so you get that little extra day to rest here tomorrow. The Warriors are currently ranked number 3 by Radio Iowa. They dominated Fort Dodge last week, 38-0, so that'll be a big game in Lamar's. Coming out and support the Bulldogs there. Do want to also really quickly mention that our football coverage is not done this week. Coming up tomorrow night, we have Galen Catholic hosting the number 1 team in Class A. MMCRU comes to town. We'll both be on the call for that one. That should be a great contest, and we're looking forward to bringing that to you here on KLEM. See if the Royals can improve to 6-0, or see if Galen Catholic can knock off back-to-back top-ranked teams that come into Lamar's like they did last year against Woodbury Central. So a lot will be going on that game. You can watch it right here on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel, or, of course, listen here on KLEM Radio. But that's going to do it for our broadcast here tonight. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. The Bulldogs are a victor 38-6 over the West High Wolverines here at Elwood Olsen Stadium in Sioux City. For Gabe Davis joining me on the broadcast, for Taylor Lindner running our video stream tonight, I'm Daniel Verstead. You've been listening to Bulldog Football right here on KLEM Lamar's. Good evening, everyone.
This is 1410 KLEM Lamar's and on 96.9 FM.